Hello, and welcome to our play session for Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition for How to RPG. I am Jordan, or JT, as I have stated multiple times. We'll start introducing the other characters. I'll be playing the Ventru vampire, Josephine, and we will introduce our next person, and who happens to be our GM. So, GM, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Connor. I'll be the GM tonight. You guys can all just call me Connor. I don't have fun little nicknames like JT. And yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight, guys.
Next person.
Hey, I'm Josh, or Jiggy. You can call me either, or character I'll be playing is Sven. He's a Bruja. Good times all around. Rebel.
And this is Brahm. I will be playing Gazer, the Nosferatu.
All right, so I guess our storyteller GM is going to get us started.
Yes. So our players are all playing as part of a coterie of anarchs. They're basically kind of like the rebel group of the vampire world, we can say. They've been going off on a number of missions recently to invade Camarilla, their opposition's territory, to varying degrees of success, but they're back home right now in St. Louis. What they've been told by their local baron, who is the ruler of the city in St. Louis, is that there are rumors that there is a Camarilla force that's looking to infiltrate St. Louis to kind of strike back against the recent incursions into Cincinnati and the Florida regions. So you all have been sent out to try and locate said insurgents and either peacefully have them relocate themselves, or if they refuse to leave, forcibly remove them. Of course, the number one rule with all this is you cannot make a scene that the mortals will recognize, because if the mortals realize they're vampires in St. Louis, you're all dead. So, where we find ourselves, though, is that the group has determined that the insurgents are likely hiding out in one of the warehouses in this warehouse district of St. Louis on the southern side, and they have arrived on the scene to begin their investigation. So as you guys pull up with your vehicle, you drive past the security guard. He just kind of waves you in. The Baron got you past again there. And you're now confronted with 5 large warehouses, all dark except for little lights over their entry doors. They're the design where they have like a large entry door for loading and unloading, and then 2 side doors close to that main entry door. What do you all do?
Okay, I guess we should introduce our characters and then figure out what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess the description of my character, as I said for our previous one shot we did, was a very upscale, casually dressed business style corporate woman with very good, stunning looks based off of the character sheet I was provided. Very beautiful woman, which is also very typical for the Ventru. Don't really know what else to kind of use to describe the character. Oh yeah, her hair is kind of like tied up. So that way it's all compacted and together and looking all nice and fancy without all the proper dressing up like it would be, for going out to dressy occasions such as proms and whatnot. So just casual Friday kind of stuff. Who wants to describe their character next?
I can hop in. So Gazer, being the Nosferatu, and probably not nearly as attractive as Josephine. He wears sunglasses,
No.
black hoodie all the time, is covered in tattoos, black jeans, and he has a bit of a New York accent of some generic sort.
Sven kind of looks like Prince Eric from Little Mermaid meets the Clash. just an exceptionally gorgeous fella, but very rugged around the edges. He's got that kind of childish grin, gets you pumped at night, ready to go. That's just good old Sven.
All right, so who's driving our vehicle? I guess it should probably be the first question.
Oh, let me see. Man, I am not driving this vehicle.
I would say none of you are really good drivers. Fortunately, you're not going very fast, so this would be a point where it would not require any rolls.
All right, good. So if we need to make a getaway drive, we're fucked.
Well, Gazer's happy to drive. I'm a very good driver.
All right. So yeah, Gazer pulls us in.
Yeah.
What's the what's like? So what's the area look like around us?
So basically, this is like a warehouse area that has probably about like I want to say 3 warehouse buildings themselves, surrounded by a chain link fence and a parking lot around the entire perimeter. And there is a gated entrance with a security guard working it, but it's one of those security guards that's clearly just there for the paycheck. They are just busy playing on their phone, reading a book, that sort of thing. When you pull up, you have a pass that the Baron gave you that let you guys through. He just waved you through with barely even glancing at it. So in the parking lot, there's only one vehicle currently parked there, and it's up by the security guard's office. So you assume it's probably his car.
Okay.
And then, of course, there's the 3 big warehouses themselves.
I'll look to Sven and Gazer. Well, I guess we should look around and see if we can find anything of interest. Though we probably shouldn't do so to attract attention to ourselves. So, how should we go about this?
Well, there seems to be more shadows over by those warehouses. I'm going to pull the car in over there, turn off the lights before.
Perfect.
All right.
Honestly.
All right. There are some lights in the parking lot, so it's not hard for you to finagle the vehicle over there without, your headlights on. Honestly, you drive as stealthily as you can, but in a wide open parking lot with only one other car, there's a limit to how much you can do with that. But you get parked and everything, and you're close to, I'd say, the number 2 warehouse.
Is there any obvious signs, like I'm looking around like, guys, you see anything obvious? You know how the camera fools like to be. They like to put up those signs and let everybody know who they are. Any tags, any...
There aren't any tags or anything like that right here. The warehouse itself, the warehouse building itself for all 3 of them. They're older, but they're moderately well maintained. Like you can see rust in a few places, but it's only a small amount. There's no graffiti or anything like that anywhere in the area.
Okay, I guess step 1: get out of the car.
Yes.
All right. So let's see. As you get out of the car, Josephine needs to make me an athletics check not to fall on her face. I kid.
Man, that's a fucking brutal gym right there.
Well, the way you've been rolling, I'll say the way you've been rolling, JT, and everything, I'm just wanting you to fail all night.
Hey, that was test rolling. Those don't count.
Excuses. But no, you guys get out of the... who's all getting out of the vehicle right now?
I'll slowly get out of the vehicle, kind of take a look around the area we're in.
All right.
Yeah, Gazer will get out as well. But just looking around, seeing if he sees any. Looking in if any of the warehouses seem to have maybe some clearer windows or all the covered up.
So these are some warehouses that don't even have windows. There's like one of those sheet metals from top to bottom sort of thing. Think almost like an airplane hangar style warehouse.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna look to Gazer and just kind of gesture to the second warehouse and just kind of say in a low voice, "You should go take a peek in there, since you're better at that kind of thing without getting noticed."
Right.
Which
and
one,
I was just
though?
looking for that. Don't I have? Was looking for my little my invisibility thing, and I'm not
that would
seeing
be
it.
in your disciplines, which is on the main section. It should be under one of them. You can see where your disciplines are. It says the name of the overall umbrella, and then you click down the powers, and it'll show what
That was
individual powers are in there.
yeah. Was that the obfuscate? I think.
Yeah, that'll be the obfuscate. So at level
Okay.
1, you can make it so that people can't notice you, but you can't really move while you're doing that. It's kind of like disappear and hide in spots.
Okay. I guess I will try to stealthily, without using the obfuscate, because I guess I can't use that yet, to a shadow where I might get a better view of something, and then stand still there and try to observe better, listen for anything or look for anything.
All right. So you move into the shadows, and you're trying to do so without being noticed. That will be a stealth plus dexterity to move without being noticed.
All right. So if you want me to use regular dice or use the system, do you want to talk through the regular dice for the teaching here, or just press
Alright.
the buttons? And...
You could try and press the button for this one, and then
Okay.
whatever you feel comfortable with after this, it's whatever.
We'll go with comfortable with neither. So I'm gonna press the buttons for now. So I click
I am
on stealth.
uncomfortable with this entire game.
So I click on stealth, and then I'm supposed to add another attribute.
Dexterity.
Yeah.
Dexterity. All right. So we click on dexterity. Then I hit submit. Any modifiers?
No modifiers.
All right.
That's not bad.
Let's
So
say
if we
that-
were using dice, this would have shown up as
You have gotten your hunger dice will have rolled as a success, and your other 4 dice you've gotten 2 successes. So that've been a total of 3 successes for you. So
gotcha. All right.
with that, Gazer is pretty confident that he was able to move in such a way that no one would really notice him when he got into the shadows. Now, as you're looking around and everything, what I'm going to need for that is going to be a wits plus awareness check.
Wits plus awareness. Okay.
And that's going to be for you trying to look around to see if you can notice something.
Sven better be getting ready to bust through a wall. I'm expecting something.
So let me try the reverse of that. I'll do awareness first because it wouldn't let me add wits to that. There we go. All right.
Nice.
Man, you're on fire for right now.
Yeah, no
It's
kidding.
much better because I'm terrible at rolling. I need to practice rolling dice more often because I always roll low. I know it's a skill.
I know the very definition of randomness is a skill. Gotta.
That's right.
It's all in the technique.
Terrible at D&D.
Yeah. All right. So, you've Gazer looks around, and as he's peering around, he notices that the door to warehouse number 1, like one of the side doors, it's just like a personal door, is actually slightly ajar right now, whereas all the other ones are firmly closed and locked.
All right, so I signal back to Josephine and Sven. I hold up my hand showing a number 1, and I also point over at that warehouse and at the door, and I'm trying to show just by moving my hand that the door is slightly ajar.
Well, did we see you go over there and hide?
That is a very good question.
Oh, that's
Was
right. I have to
Sven-
step
was-
out of the shadows. Let's
Was Sven and Josephine paying attention to where Gazer was going?
I told him where to go, so I assume he's there.
And
Is he-
Josephine
I
is
personally didn't.
is he
Let's
still
say
good
it's
now?
Sven was probably like checking out the stars, but Josephine, she's really middle management style, so she's definitely going to keep an eye on her employees. She tells them to go do stuff, so I believe that.
I'll just walk over and just tap Sven, just kind of say, "We're moving."
Oh, okay. Put out my cigarette because I've just been leaning back in the vehicle, waiting for my time to shine.
Not giving a fuck. You were playing the muscle role pretty well.
Yeah.
All right, so you're all aware now that the side door to warehouse number 1 is slightly ajar. What do you all proceed to do?
Is there anything? I mean, is there literally like no awnings, no nothing in the buildings, and how tall are the buildings?
The buildings are probably about 25 feet tall or so, and there's not really an awning over the doorway. There is one of those things where it has like a pole sticking out with a light hanging down to shine on right above the doorway, but that's it. This is very bare bones warehouse stuff out here.
And from what I can tell around me, there's no obvious cameras.
There is a camera at the front of the building, in front of each building. It does not look like they'd be able to really see the side door all that well. And you are definitely aware that the person who is monitoring the cameras is not paying attention to them.
Okay.
Being said, if he hears an explosion, he could probably glance down the camera and see that something's amok.
Well, I
That's the
look
guard.
over at the guys and I go, I can leap on the building. I don't know if I can do it quietly. There
Yeah.
might be a good way in there, though.
Is that guard that let us in? That's the only guard at this place?
Oh yeah, this place is, like I said, it's not a high-end place. It's not dumb, but it's not high-end.
Dumb question, but why don't we put the guard to sleep and then we can walk around wherever we want?
But so there weren't any rules saying that you guys couldn't do that.
Well, I'm not necessarily worried about the guard getting our attention. It's if Sven jumps up there, it's going to alert anyone that's in there because I assume he's going to make a rather loud thud inside the building.
Oh, I mean, I do have. Hold on. I can't remember the full description of it.
Well, while you look at that, one thing I would share that Gazer does bring up a good point is right now the guard is not really a threat to you guys, but if shit goes sideways and all of a sudden people start busting out of the warehouses fighting with their full vampiric natures on display, he would be aware of that and witness it, and that could be a potential breach of your guys' masquerade.
And shit goes sideways is my middle name. Maybe we should do something about the
Well,
guard.
I mean, based off of that entire fiasco in Florida, I guess it would be a very good idea to not take chances. So I guess go deal with him.
All right. Just a thought. One of us might want to go back and ask him a question, like perhaps we dropped our keys or something as we were coming in, and while we're having that conversation, someone else come up from behind them and give him a little sleeper hold or something like that.
Well, I can certainly distract him.
Oh, I thought it was going to be the other way around. Gazer would be the face and Josephine would be the muscle.
That's like perfect. I mean, obviously my face and his face, it just, I'm definitely the muscle face. He's definitely the very pretty boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's not overwhelm him time. So, yeah, Josephine, go ahead and you be all friendly with them.
All right, so Josephine, you approach the guard. He's probably like a guy in his early 20s. Looks like he's probably like a college student, working here just to get some extra rent money and all that sort of stuff. He's busy just playing on his phone. As you hear your approach, you kind of like, can I help you?
So the pass that we got, is it just like generic pass to enter the thing? Or is
Yeah,
it
as
just
far
like you're
as-
from so-and-so company or whatever?
As far as he knows, you're from the company that owns the warehouses. So you're not directly his boss, but one of those things where you work for the same company he does.
Okie dokie.
And while he's interacting, Gazer's just trying to position himself slowly and quietly so when opportunity arises, he'll depending on where Josephine ends up positioning the guy, will then take advantage of the opportunity to come up from behind him and try to put him in a sleeper hold.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I'm gonna just look
So,
at him.
like I said, he was chatting Josephine asking you, like, all right, so, sorry, let me get back into character here. He's like, sorry, can I help you?
Yes. I was wondering, do you have access to a phone of any sort? Like, does your booth have a phone? So you asked me if that can help me. Yeah, Josephine just asked, do you have access to a phone? Like, does your booth have a phone? I'm afraid mine has very bad signal out here, and I was wondering, just in case if I need to contact someone, if you could help me with that.
Oh yeah, of course. We got one right back there over there in the booth. He points to the booth that's behind him.
Okay. Oh, thank you. And it's a landline phone, correct?
Of course, I mean, the company's very retro like that. I know. I wish they'd just give me like a cell phone allowance instead, but you know how it is. Boss doesn't really listen to me.
So yeah, while that's going on, is Gazer gonna start sneaking up?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Gazer,
so-
I need you to make me a stealth plus dexterity check to sneak up behind him without being detected.
All right, stealth.
And you're going to get a +2 to your dice pool for this because Josephine is distracting the guy very effectively. Mostly
Nice.
because he's a young 20-something trying to impress someone from the head office who's also really pretty. So,
So
All
yeah,
right, and so that's the 2 I add into the modifier. Right?
yeah, you
Yes.
just press 2 and then hit submit.
Okay. Let's see what happens here. Is that good?
oh. So is that am I reading that right? Is that one success there? Is that critical success? Is that how that's marked?
That is a critical success.
Oh, Nelly Nell. Well, good news. You succeeded in managing to sneak up on him without him noticing. Hey, JT, should I explain what we're talking about when we talk about the critical successes on the hunger dice?
Yeah, you can just kind of explain that.
All right. So with vampires, when they're hungry, for every point of hunger they have, whenever they would roll dice, they roll a number of hunger dice in replacement equal to their hunger. And what will happen is most of the time it doesn't really matter too much. But whenever a vampire gets a critical success or critical failure on a hunger dice, something bad happens. Basically, where their vampiric nature reveals itself in some way. So in this case, what happens is Gazer is sneaking up, and then Gazer's bestial mind realizes, well, the best way, to make sure someone doesn't notice you is if they're unconscious. So he just lunges out of the darkness at this guy and bites him on the neck before anyone else can respond. The guy does see Gazer lunge at him, but fortunately he is startled enough that he does not get a chance to resist. And is quickly pinned to the ground as Gazer bites onto his neck. And one thing is just for people at home, whenever a vampire starts to feed, a human just kind of enters into a catatonic state of bliss and just becomes unaware of what's going on around them. So Gazer, you now currently have your fangs sunk into the security guard. Do you wish to begin feeding on him or let him go?
So that wasn't the initial plan. So you're saying, so I wasn't able to just put sleeper hold because of the hunger dice. And then
Yeah, the
so
hunger die
BCL
messed you up.
took-
Your body
Basically-
reacted before your mind
Got
could.
it. So can I shake that off? And
Yeah, you can shake that off.
A mess here.
Because you're not, since you only have one hunger, so since you're only at one hunger, it's one of those things where you're a little peckish, but you're not starving, so you're like, okay, that was, no, and you just can let go and back off and everything. But he will be kind of catatonic for a little bit after you bite him like that.
Good.
My hand is over my face. I'm massaging my temples. Just, oh god, why?
And
So
I'm just gonna be over to the side watching the warehouses while they do all this. Make sure there's nothing magical going on while they're getting the job done.
All right.
and I'm gonna
Sven,
drag him.
make me an occult intelligence check.
Oh, it's done.
All right.
Hold on.
Oh, he's actually gonna make it. All right, let's see if you can see any magic shit going on.
Yeah, that's it. No.
You are convinced that clearly there's some occult stuff going on with the way the moonlight is slightly different than what it should be right now. And nothing will change Sven's mind about that.
All right, so yeah, back to the
All right.
Nosferatu feeding
Back
situation.
to the Gazer Josephine situation. So, Gazer, I think you're trying to say that you're going to be
Yeah, I'm
pulling
gonna
the guard
drag
kind
it-
of out of the streets.
Well, I was going to drag him back to the booth and sit him up there, try to prop him up. So it looks like he's sitting there in case someone looks. But
Yeah.
maybe lean him against the window, whatever, so he doesn't. If I have to stick something under the chair, if it's on wheels, I just don't want him sliding to the ground and collapsing.
Yeah, no, that's not too hard. You can basically set him up and make it like he just kind of fell asleep at his post or something.
All right, that works.
All right, so you now have a passed out guard at his post.
Is there any like blood on him? Any bite mark? You know,
Oh,
any markings
so
that would say yes, he was attacked?
so that's one of the good things about being vampires is, barring a few exceptional individuals, the way that what vampires affectionately call their bite the kiss, because vampires love their disguised language. But whenever a vampire initiates the kiss on someone, they can then lick the wound closed, so there'll be like no signs that there was ever a bite there.
Oh, okay, good.
And in case he wakes up, I'm gonna see if I can unplug. I assume there's some master line plug or power for the cameras, and I'm just gonna unplug that within the room. So
Yep.
at least I'll have to putz around and figure out how to plug that back in.
I'm going
Wakes
to
up.
walk up
That's
to said landline phone and unplug the cords and just take
Ooh,
the
good
entire
idea.
cord and just kind of toss it aside to
All right,
a
so you
spot
guys are
where it can't
making
be found.
you guys are making a mess of his ability to call people. Also, just letting you guys know, with the way the kiss works, in addition to kind of putting someone into that blissful catatonic state, it's kind of like, when you get really, really drunk, everything just kind of becomes a blur. So the few moments leading up to when a vampire bites a mortal, and then a few moments after they wake up, it'll always just be a blur in the person's memory. Unless you did something to really be stand-out-ish, they won't really remember much of the details. You might remember someone lunging at him and then waking up in his booth, but he might just disregard it as, oh, I passed out, and that must have been like a dream or something.
I mean, it's still best the fact that no cameras and no communication to the outside world. Yeah, anything can happen. So
Gazer and Josephine, each one of you can make me an awareness plus wits check.
ready.
Ooh, I'm not real good at awareness.
But you got a lot of wits.
Hey, I got a 1 success.
All right. So Josephine's not immediately aware of this, but as Gazer, as you're moving around unplugging things, he knows that one of the security cameras that is in there that you can see you monitoring is exactly outside right where you pounced on the guy.
God damn it.
Joe, we may have a bit of a problem here.
What?
There's,
What is it?
one camera was running where I took this guy out. I don't know if they keep tape
Okay.
or if someone else is watching it.
Fuck.
I guess we're on a clock.
Sorry, I'm back here, guys. So, one thing you guys do notice, though, that is fortunate news is this is an older warehouse district. So, as you can see underneath, it has an old system. It looks like these ones are all just tapes, though. They don't actually have digital backups for these guys.
Okay, so is one of them so does each camera have their own specific tape? Is that what's going on here?
Yes. Unfortunately for you guys, they are not labeled.
Do I, by chance, have a rare earth magnet the size of a brick on me that I can just run over all the tapes?
No, you didn't. Actually,
I usually bring it with me.
Actually, no, because sharing one thing about the Nosferatu, everybody, is the way your obfuscate works is that you make it so people don't notice you. You're not actually invisible. So let's say that you had your obfuscate up and someone would be looking at where you are on the security camera. The person looking at the camera feed will not look at you and won't notice you. But if later on, if you drop obfuscate and someone goes back and looks at the recordings, they will see you there. So since Nosferatu are generally just so ugly that they're practically a masquerade breach because they look almost inhumanly ugly a lot of the times, a lot of Nosferatu do actually carry magnets to wipe out data like that and everything. So it wouldn't actually be that surprising for Gazer to have a powerful magnet specifically for this purpose if he ever gets caught on camera.
Nice.
So I'll let Gazer have a powerful magnet.
Excellent. And actually, I know the size that works, which would be about, it's about 2 inches by 2 inches square and maybe about a half an inch thick.
Oh yeah,
Which he
so
keeps away from his credit cards.
but you keep it next to your cell phone, right?
Yes. No, doesn't keep it by the cell phone. He
He's
keeps it wrapped up in a couple layers of cloth, too, and tries to stay away from large steel doors.
He's definitely got cargo pants with all this shit.
Yes, that's right. All right, so he runs that over the tapes arc. He runs them over a couple of times to mess it up.
You have fried the security tapes. You're very convinced.
Okay.
All right. So security guard is unconscious and tapes have been wiped to the best of your abilities. What are y'all doing now?
Let's go return back to Sven once this entire booth's been clear.
All right. You return to Sven. Sven, they're coming back to you.
Yeah. Just been keeping watch, making sure there's nothing, fancy going around, especially since now that I'm quite sure something horrible is amiss.
Yeah. About to say, you're convinced that they've done something to the moon, Sven.
And I mentioned that with fervor. I'm like, yeah, that moon don't look right, man. There's nothing good going on here. We definitely gotta get him out of here. This is Anarch territory. I ain't dealing with this shit. No. No.
I ain't dealing with no Camarilla scumbags dealing with my moon. Fuck them.
See, you get it.
So yeah, I'm just gonna glance to the moon and then look back to Sven. Let's just get in the building.
All right. So how are you guys entering the building?
I'm gonna throw out my jumping on the roof thing.
Yes, Sven. I know you can jump on the roof. Gazer, can you look inside for us, please? Just slip inside.
Yeah, let's take a peek in there before Hopalong jumps up the roof there.
Now the inside of the warehouse is currently pitch black. Gazer, I think you do have the discipline animalism. So do you have what ability is your level 1 animalism?
Let's see. That goes on. Which part of my character sheet is
It's the
that?
discipline section and the underneath your specialties and skills. Should be an animalism section.
Let's see. I'm on. So I've got the core sheet. Oh, down there, discipline. I see. Yep, animalism. Sorry, I've got 1.
Yeah. And let's see which power you got. You got Sense the Beast. All right. So
Oh,
that will not help you see.
if you see. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I see
So-
what open.
Fun little note is apparently when I click on the stuff, it affects what you guys see. Fascinating.
Yes, it does. I probably should have
I was
mentioned
Yes. As Brom was moving around on his character sheet, I'm like, why is my screen moving, guys? All right. So the Sense the Beast will help you detect sense any hostility in people you can see, but it doesn't actually help you see in the dark, though. So again, letting people know there are levels of animalism that let you see in the dark, basically. And unfortunately, Gazer does not have one of those. Rather, Gazer's more opt to being able to figure out, hey, that guy's about to stab me in the back as he's walking up to me.
Can he
So-
sense vampires, though?
He can, but he can only use that sense when he's actually interacting with them. So
Okay,
he'd have to be kind of it's not like a radar where he goes ping and then comes back with results. He has to basically be kind of looking at people and everything. So if he were to observe a group over a few minutes, he could use Sense the Beast to try and figure out if any of them were vampires or not.
All right. How about standing in the doorway, just looking in the dark? Do I see any sort of a path where I have a pretty good chance of stealthing in there, and then maybe I'll just try and stand still and blend into the shadows and just observe for a few minutes.
Yeah,
if,
that'll be actually pretty easy because the way this warehouse is set up is what you can see from the light coming through the door is almost immediately there's like a path going to the left and the right to the doorway, and directly across from the door there's just a large shelving unit going up like 20 feet that just has tons of boxes on it. So there's probably aisles upon aisles of just boxes in this place.
Okay. So since we've worked together for a bit now, I give Josephine the usual hand signal of, I'll go in for a few minutes, stand and observe, and I'll be back.
I thought the
Oh,
usual
right.
hand signal was you flipping me off behind my back.
Well, there's that too.
That's the universal hand signal.
That's right. You're number 1. All
All
right.
right. So, you get in there and you blend in without really anything. As you're hiding, you're going to be making this check a lot tonight, probably, but I need you to make me a awareness plus wits check to basically try to listen around and see and just kind of observe your surroundings.
Okay, awareness plus anything?
Plus wits.
Wits, oh good. My awareness is not great.
No.
And you said a plus 10 modifier?
Yeah, no.
All right.
I mean, automatic success got it.
Yeah. All right, so you got 3 successes. So with that, you listen and you ways off in the warehouse, you hear a quiet whimpering, like it's human sounding, but someone who's clearly just kind of, it sounds very choked whimpering, let's put it that way. Someone trying to keep it in and not let it out.
But I think it's a ways away.
It is a ways away. It's closer to the center of the warehouse.
All right, likely on the first floor, though.
Yeah. So this is all. So the warehouse only has 1 floor. Basically, it's just one massive barn-like structure with tons of shelving units going high up in it.
Okay, and I don't sense anyone else in there. Just that individual.
Yeah. So for your discipline for sensing people, that's going to be based off of your being able to actually already be aware of them with your normal senses. So you don't really hear or smell or see anyone else other than that whimpering. That's not to say that there aren't people in there, though.
Oh, gotcha.
Because someone could be, for example, vampires are very good at just standing still or sitting still for like protracted periods of time, making no noise and just sitting in darkness. So there very well could be like 30 vampires there. Yeah, exactly. So there could be 30 others in the building doing the exact same thing as you for all you know.
On the bright
All
side,
right.
I'm pretty sure all 30 of them can't see in the dark.
No,
So
odds are good that they can't.
I'll slip back out, and very quietly I whisper to Josephine and Sven, and there seems to be one individual in there in distress, whimpering. They're not very loud. I couldn't tell if there's anything else in there. So I don't know if they're trying to be quiet from other beings in there, or if I'm not sure what's going on. I couldn't really see anything else.
You think it might be one of their, something they were toying with? Something they hunted?
It's very possible. Yeah.
Can we see the roofs of the warehouse?
Yes,
Yes.
it's a sloped circular roof.
Slope circular roof. Yeah, because I'm trying to see if
And
there's
some-
any windows for Sven to peek into if that's his game plan.
Well, I'm assuming there's some sort of air conditioning, something.
there-
I mean, even big. Yeah.
Well, here's
There
a
is an
thought.
air conditioning unit, and it is also as a heads up a sheet metal roof. Those things, I'm not sure if you've ever been in a hailstorm in a barn sheet metal roof, but those things are not quiet.
Well,
I could slip
I-
back in and then just wait and watch when Sven jumps up on the roof and see if anybody reacts to it. At least one of us is in case it goes sideways.
Sure, I guess we can try that. So, Gazer, you get in there. We'll give you 2 minutes. Sven, after those 2 minutes, you can hop up.
alrighty.
All right. All right, Gazer, you are hiding in there, and 2 minutes pass. Sven, you jump up. I take it you're using
Wait.
discipline.
Yeah, so I'm using the discipline, and out of curiosity, Cat's Grace, if I were to... I'm not saying all Cat, if I were to aim specifically for the edge, use the automatic kind of saving myself,
Mhm.
could I do it quietly?
I will let you, with Cat's Grace, I'll let you make an athletics plus, let's call that dexterity check to be able to try to land quietly.
But I automatically pass with Cat's Grace if it's a keep you
So this is that
balanced
you'd
on the edge of the
automatically
thing.
fail if you didn't have Cat's Grace. So I'm just kind of to neutralize, yeah.
So are you
So
climbing up? or
what
you're
I'm saying is
literally-
normally you would
He's
automatically
jumping.
succeed at everything that's dexterity. And that would be, like balancing with cats and everything. But this is something that would normally be an automatic failure for everyone. So trying to kind of meet halfway in between, you're going to land quieter just because, but this is going to see how quiet that is for the check.
Okay.
So how high?
so-
How high can you jump?
That makes
Just curious.
sense.
It says up to twice my thing, so and it's based off meters. So if he said 25, I can jump 39 feet.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you can definitely get up to the roof without needing to make a check. And with the cat's grace, you'll be able to kind of be like, okay, land quietly, and then the check will be to determine how quietly you land.
Man, it's just
So-
like track practice all over again, doing those standing jumps onto the gym stage. Except this for him is like 30 times that.
So
Nice.
dexterity specifically. Yeah. One success.
One
I
success.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of dex.
Yeah. So when you land, you do manage, instead of being loud, bang at someone, because Finn's a big guy and everything with all that muscle and everything. So jumping up and then landing on it normally would be a bang sound. You Gazer said you hear a thump sound. Basically, it's very faint. Akin to like for those of you who have cats, if you ever heard a cat in the upper floor jump down from like a bed and you hear that slight thump of it landing, it's about like that level of sound. So pretty quiet, but still enough that someone could potentially hear it, but it doesn't sound like a human jumping on there. Maybe a squirrel or something.
And
So how a
did
squirrel got
Oh, they're gonna be in a big surprise when they figure out how big that squirrel is.
Oh yeah, no. But of course, the question is how the fudge does squirrel get up there? But
Did Gazer observe anything changing, shifting, any other sound in the warehouse from the individual that he has discovered to anything else going on in there?
you do hear at one point you hear a shuffling sound as if the individual is crawling or something, and then you hear the sound of a few boxes being slid around, and then the quiet whimpering resumes.
All right. So my best guess is that's coming from that individual. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seems like the sound of the shuffling and then the boxes sliding seems to be coming from the same area as the whimpering. And Sven, you are now on the roof.
I mean, is it just pure, sheet, or is there any small piping, that comes out?
So-
Something small like that, easily accessed to look down into, kind of stuff like that. Like
It's a circular roof, again, kind of like an old plane hangar. There are a couple vent shafts, but they are very small tubes, like maybe half an inch in diameter for the pipes. And there is no skylights up here.
dust collectors.
Dust collectors.
They're giant. This is my knowledge, but I don't know. Sven may have it. Dust collectors are a little bit larger. It's kind of like, think of how you have your filters in your household. It's just, think of that for a big warehouse. It just pulls in dust. That's all it is.
Absolutely. They would definitely have one of those. And I'll give Sven that he probably know what that is, given his propensity for jumping onto roofs.
I mean, he's been alive for quite a while, so I mean, he can learn.
Yes, and he spends most of the time hopping up on roofs, so.
I didn't become a vampire for nothing. I've been training my whole life for this.
That says Finn's probably one of the few people still around that knows the proper technique for being a chimney sweep. So who knows?
Oh, damn.
Hey. But yeah, I mean, so there's like a small one, or
Yeah, there'd be a smaller one.
okay, maybe I could shimmy the pipe a bit and kind of look my way down, because they're usually just an open pipe that pulls the dust into the filters.
All right. With your cat's grace, I'll let you do that without needing to make me a roll for it. So you're just kind of shimming your way down into the pipe system. Again, this is going to show how little I know about warehouses, but you are now into the ventilation shift systems. Congratulations, Tom Cruise. All right. So the only tricky thing with moving in a ventilation system, obviously, is they're not designed to really insulate noise of someone moving through them.
Yeah.
So
So,
I
Gazer,
assume there's a few thuds, and now we're gonna
Yeah.
see some more reactions.
Gazer,
So-
you do actually hear boom, 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 from above you.
All
And
right.
the whimpering, the whimpering stops, and you hear a sudden gasp of air as if someone was startled. And then after that, you hear slow, heavy plods of feet walking in the warehouse. Like they sound like one of them sounds like a foot being dragged, followed by a thump, shh, thump sound, moving very slowly.
This is from a different location than the person that was whimpering?
Different location. Yeah, different location than from the person who was whimpering.
Oh, crap. Okay. How far away are they from the person that was whimpering?
It's hard to estimate, but the person who, like, if you were looking from the door, the person who's whimpering seemed to be to the right and inward from the door, and this shuffling deep step sound seems coming from the left and inwards. So,
and
that helps you kind of.
Are they going towards that individual, or
they seem to be going towards where you hear the thumping from, to be underneath where you hear the thumping coming from the ventilation system.
Okay, I to the extent that there's anything I can hide behind, move around, I want to get as close as I can to that individual that's whimpering, hopefully within whisper earshot of them.
All right, that's going to be another dexterity plus stealth check for me.
All right. So
Next time we go to a warehouse, I'm going to request we invest into night vision goggles.
that's a good idea. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Josephine's the one with the cash, so.
I mean, yeah. I mean, literally, I can invest
Come
in
on,
this.
boss lady.
Hey, hey! No one told me that we're going into fucking pitch-ass black warehouses. No, they just said go check out the
Look.
warehouse district. You know, there's vampires
You got
there.
the sneaky sneak,
That-
and you got the
that's-
muscles.
That's such a classic Venture thing, too. Blame the help for not telling you that, hey, we're going to a dark place. You need to bring night vision goggles.
Actually, yeah, she's gonna have that argument like with herself.
So I got a 3 success, if I'm reading this correctly.
Yep, you're reading that right. So you get on over to where you hear the sound coming from, and you hear the whimpering kind of, it's very quiet now, but it's coming from behind a box on one of the shelves. And you're
Okay.
kind of like right up next to the box now, and you don't think anyone's noticed you.
Okay, so I whisper, I'm neither friend nor foe.
Gazer.
It depends how you react and answer my questions. Very quietly. How many other entities are in this room?
Is that what Gazer says?
Yeah.
And you hear someone scrambling backwards away, trying to get away from you.
Wrong fucking answer. Damn.
All right. It sounds like the person's knocking boxes over, trying to get away from you, and they're trying to come out on the other side, on the other aisle from where they're hiding. Like they're kind of like in one of the shelving units between the boxes. They're trying to come out on the other side that you're on.
All right, so they didn't respond. Their response to my question was just running away.
But let's get back into this. So I'll start with Gazer. You're moving around and everything. Sorry, the person who was hiding is moving away from you. What do you wish to do?
So that's after she sensed me, or that was her response to my original statement to her?
That was her response to your statement. One of the things where she didn't sense you until you spoke to her, and you startled her, and she seems to be trying to get away from you as quickly as she can.
All right. I'll continue to move along in the shadows with her, and
All right.
and I'll repeat the statement again, and I'll say, "Look, one more chance. We can be friends or we can be foes. How many other people are in this building?" And say it quietly.
You're just gonna kill me anyways. And she's
Friend or foe?
it's like, you're just going to kill me when you're done with it anyways. And she's backing away from you as quickly as she can. But she clearly has no idea where she's going and is not as adept as moving through the darkness as Gazer is. So she's doing a very poor job of it. But she seems to be absolutely panicked. You can smell that she is clearly bleeding from multiple places. And from that same smell, you can also tell that she is clearly a human.
All right. I'll try once more. If you don't give me an answer, you're gonna be bait either way. So how many are in this building?
I don't know.
All right, well, we'll see how this turns out. And I leave her and try to get back to Josephine to let her know there's at least one in the building in addition to this victim.
All right. As you walk away, you hear her sliding between shelves and clearly trying to hide again from you very, very poorly. You travel back out to Josephine. I'll get to you and Joe in one moment. Now I'm going to go back up to Josh with Sven, who has just found an opening. Look down into the warehouse from the fence.
Yep.
So you can look down and you can see darkness.
I mean, I guess with my parkour kind of background, it seems we're giving them well, I'm assuming there's some sort of shelving, and I'm hope to God I'll reach it by climbing down.
All right. So you climb on down. I'll let you do a strength plus athletics check with this. Normally I just say you fail, but yeah, Sven does have both the leap and the cat's grace to try and counteract his fact that he can't see for anything.
I am having a hard time getting it to add the athletics. I guess I'll just add a +1 and I'll count because
Or
my athletic
try it
is
the
a
other
1.
try it the other way. I found out it only shows up when I forget which I have to hit first. I think I have to hit the skill first and then add...
try hitting
Yeah.
the skill.
Okay,
Yeah,
skill then.
way it work. Yeah, because skills basically will always add in an attribute score, but you can make raw attribute scores sometimes without needing anything else added to them. So that's probably why. All right, so Sven, you drop down into the darkness below you. 1 second here, guys.
Top of a shelf or just in the middle of the full fucking thing?
Doof! Hey, what up?
Turns
Or-
out
or on the
there's
victim.
like 3 vampires like in the middle, like that you're in the middle of. Yo, where's the
Boy.
party at?
My performance is pretty good, man. I believe in me.
Yeah, man, we're partying with the Camarilla down in Disneyland the other day. Woke up some ancient ass vampire. I threw a Malkavian at him. It was a great time.
All right, so Sven, sorry about that today, guys.
All good.
So Sven, you drop down to the darkness and right as your feet graze a shelf, you lean a bit backwards, manage to catch yourself with just a slight sliding sound as your hands slide across some cardboard, but you manage to catch yourself without making too much noise.
All right.
As you're now kind of like hanging about maybe 15 feet up in the air on the side of a shelving unit.
I mean, I'm assuming I really can't see much of anything, can I?
Yes, you could also be hanging on the side of something that feels like a shelving unit and is actually a person for all you know, but it feels like a shelving unit.
Just make that performance roll. Have them think you're a squirrel.
Yeah.
I'm that paranoid, man. You got me scared. I'm like just giving the little gropes, making sure it's not squishy.
No, it feels like metal.
Don't let them
Alright.
fool you. You know, there's that one new bloodline that has the turn their skin into metal and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man.
you know. About to say, sorry, correction. It feels like metal as far as you can tell with your hands.
Paranoia really sinking in now.
Yeah.
Do you wish to lick it to find out for sure?
It's very specific.
Yes, it is. No, just kidding. So you're in the warehouse now, though, Sven. And now you do hear that shuffling thump coming closer to where you are.
I mean,
All right, are you thinking, or did my mic cut out again?
He's
I'm
thinking.
thinking. I'm sorry.
Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Honestly,
If you want to take a moment to think, I can switch over to what JT
yeah.
and Brom are doing. All right, so
Yep.
Joe and Gazer meet back up by the door and everything. Go ahead and go, guys.
All right. Hey, Joe, there's at least one victim in there uncooperative because they seem to be in a panic state. I really tried to lay on the charm, but it wasn't working. We've got at least one other, I'm going to assume a baddie that's walking around with a limp or dragging something, and either a massive possum or Sven in the vents.
Oh, God.
We probably should get in there. I think things are going to go bad in a minute.
Josephine's just gonna nod. Well, I think the massive. Yeah, that's just so fucking funny, that idea. I'm sorry, but yeah, yeah. I think the massive possum is probably our friend Sven. As for the human, I just kind of place my hand on your shoulder. Let me just say, you have a face for radio, so you have that charm.
It cuts me deep, Joe.
From a Ventru, it's a very big compliment. So, what I think is, there's probably more than one vampire, and if there's a human, I doubt that they're injured. They're obviously doing something.
So sharing one thing with all of you is this is something I probably have not brought up in one of the one-shots before because it doesn't come up all that often in one-shots, but in campaigns, it absolutely comes up a lot, is that humans' blood is flavored by their emotional state. And additionally, there are things called resonance in this game that can give you guys bonus abilities based off the person's emotional state. But to be able to get a resonance, though, the person has to be feeling exceptionally strong emotions over a protracted period of time. So it's not uncommon for some vampires to cultivate specific emotions in their mortal victims, specifically for the intention of gathering these resonances.
Okay, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Still doesn't leave us with how many vampires, and also it's pitch black. So
There is a light switch by the door.
that's a big issue by itself. I know there's a light switch. The thing is, everyone's gonna see everyone.
I mean, you'll have the element of surprise.
Hey, I know what I'll do whenever it gets back to me.
All right. So, really then, are Joe and Gazer going to be doing much of anything right now?
I'm just gonna tell Gazer to get back to where he was, try and see if he can find anything else, and I will try and sneak in as well. I'll just kind of ask, since it's extremely dark in there, do you think we should risk it and use the light switch, or because I don't feel comfortable with not knowing how many there is, but also it's going to be very, very difficult to deal with them without any light source.
Yeah, well, here's my thought. Either they can't see in the dark either, or they can. And if they can, we're fucked. So we might as well turn on the lights.
I guess. You just find a good spot to try and hide, and I'll turn on the lights.
I guess that'll be the signal.
That'll be the
All
signal.
right, so Gazer, you're going to go hide. You've made enough rolls at this point for hide in this warehouse. I'm not going to make another one. And Josephine, you're waiting a few moments and they're going to turn on the lights, correct?
Yes.
All right, going back over to Sven then, before this all happens. What is Sven doing?
I'm gonna wait for this thudding to get close enough that I could just kind of drop down on it
All right.
and
Wait
try
for-
to grapple it.
All right, you are waiting for the thuds to approach. Gazer, you get into position. Josephine, you hit the light switch, and you hear dunk, 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 dunk as all the lights slowly flip on in this warehouse. Everything brighten the area with brilliant illumination. As you guys see, multiple aisles filled with boxes. But Gazer, over near where you're hiding, though, you can tell that a bunch of them have been disrupted, as it looks like someone has just kind of haphazardly thrown them everywhere. You also can see off in the distance the mangled remains of a number of mortals, as well, just kind of left haphazardly thrown everywhere. And then getting over to you, good old Sven. As you're hanging around, you can now actually see what's making the thumps sound. As you see a very large, hulking humanoid figure that's probably about 9-ish feet tall, monstrously ugly, like half of its face is regular, the other half is just sagged down where like one eye is by where its mouth would normally be, as one limb is tiny and kind of withered up on its left side, and then its other one is its right arm is huge and hulking and dragging on the ground next to it. It's walking with a limp, and as the lights come on, it kind of raises its withered hand up to shield its eyes before looking around and seeing you, and it lets out a vampiric hiss bearing its fangs at you.
Yep, I mean, I'm committed. Drop on it. I'm just gonna hiss right back. So,
Can we attack
Second
as
here.
well? If we can run in as well after.
I mean, I guess like we see that the moment he sees it, he's just about to drop on that, and we see mid action of Sven falling onto this creature, and then I guess that's where we can react.
Right.
So you need to jump a little ways because it wasn't quite up to you yet, but with your leap ability, you can do that without any penalty. So you've lunged at this thing now. Josephine and Gazer, you both hear the crash of Sven hitting, basically jumping on this thing as it reels backwards and knocks one of the shelving units over. You guys hear a crashing sound coming from everywhere. And you guys can get up to it pretty quickly if you want. Meanwhile, Sven, you are currently jumped onto the thing. What are you doing after you jump onto it? And if we need to, I will enter us into combat, but I'm not sure we're going to get quite to that point yet.
well, I do have grappling as a specialty, so, you know, is there any way I could possibly put it into, like, break the neck kind of hold? I know.
All right, that will be a strength plus brawl. And you have specialty grapple?
Yeah.
All right, so you get a +1 modifier for it because of the grapple. Also, I get a roll opposed. It's my first time rolling tonight, guys.
That's
Yeah. Oh man, look at that.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
damn.
I don't have a fancy way of rolling like that, unfortunately, so we're just going to count up my successes here.
That's one critical success.
Oh, one critical success and
Well,
one critical on the hunger?
Yeah, one critical hunger, one critical normal success, and 2 ones.
All right.
Which I don't know why it doesn't count out the ones, unless they're just not that important. If it's like beaten by
Well, 2 ones are what's it called, right?
Well, yeah, 2 ones do count just for themselves. 10s count, but the critical successes you need to have 2 to double them. So Sven, you have a total of 8 successes here, and the thing that you're rolling against had a total of 8 successes. But since you have the critical successes, though, you will win on tie case. But you also have a messy critical. So the way that you've hey, also JT, is it okay if we get a little graphic in this one or not?
that's fine. I don't care.
All right. So the way Sven's beast rears his ugly head when he's trying to grab this thing down, and the way Sven manages to get a good hold on it is by punching his arm into its shoulder and grabbing a hold of its collarbone inside of it to get a good solid grip on it so it can't move. So you are so Sven, currently you have the thing grappled and you're around its neck because it is a bit bigger than you. And one of your hands is currently inside of it holding onto its bones. The thing seems to be submitting and it's whimpering in pain a little bit. It's like, stop, stop, stop.
Oh, does it actually speak?
Yeah, in a very gravelly, kind of slurred voice. Get off me!
Lay face down. Face down, big boy.
Lays face down. Why would you do this to rats?
Tell everybody to lay face down.
It is only rat here.
I'm looking around, you know, keeping that tight hold, and I'm like, is it only rat here?
Yes. Why would Sven hurt rat friend?
Why does
And I'm just like,
Rat know
guys,
Sven's name?
So Rat was your guys' handler in both Cincy and Florida.
Yeah.
Oh
that's what
my
I was
God.
thinking that was familiar. Yeah.
He was an OSP. He looked nothing like this, though.
I was gonna say he looks like hell.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Um,
a handler's name whatsoever.
So
You guys
Does,
invited him to come to St. Louis, in fact.
so does Gazer make it up by this point?
Yeah, Gazer and Josephine are there.
Rat, what the fuck happened to you? You could be my wingman now. I'm like a 10.
Rat chuckles a little bit. He's like, Camarilla found Rat where Rat was hiding, injected some stuff into Rat that they got from that crazy Malkavian you guys went to Florida for. Turned me into this. Sorry, turned Rat into this. Rat does not use pronouns.
Can we switch this back, or are you stuck like this?
Rat does not know. Rat would have to ask crazy Malkavian when Rat gets Rat's fingers on him.
Is this the same Malkavian that we dealt with? I thought he was
Yes,
dead.
it is.
I
He's
looked
dead?
to Sven.
I'm at this point. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get out of your meat, man. Hold on. Just pull my arm
Oh,
out.
I helped Rat
wild
out.
ones. Ow. You need to be gentle when pointing out of rats.
I'm
Moving
just
on
not
from
gentle,
that.
I'm sorry.
Moving on from that. So,
So, Rat, what's the deal with the Mortys that are laying around here? Like, what's going on?
yes, you did leave quite a mess here.
That not Rat's fault. That not how rat feed. Though feeding is hard for Rat now. No. Camarilla left. Camarilla here. This is their prey. They trapped Rat in here. Rat did not know what to do. Rat's just been waiting, hoping someone else would find Rat. Rat can't leave. Mortals see Rat like this, and they'll kill Rat.
Well, you can ask Gazer to help with that situation. I'm pretty sure he can help.
Yeah,
That's
and I
for-
give him a pat, right there. Not thinking about it.
Right.
Just a pat on the back.
So I kind of look around the situation with all the mangled bodies.
I'm going to try repositioning my thing here a little bit to try and get better reception.
Where's the victim that we had tried to talk to earlier? Are they still hiding?
Alright.
He's-
Sorry, so you guys are like
There we go.
there, Rat sort of thing.
Yeah, and then the victim that was trying to hide, we see her? Him or
Yeah.
her?
She's currently, you can see her, she's currently trying very ineffectually to hide behind some boxes and try not to be there.
What color is her hair?
Alright.
Her hair is red.
Ooh. Keep that noted.
For those of you wondering why JT asked that odd question, it's because Ventru have specific mortals that they can only feed off of specific type of people. For each Ventru, this can be different. Some Ventru are like, I can only feed on someone who wears glasses. Other Ventru are like, I can only feed on someone who's 5 feet or shorter. It just kind of depends on the Ventru.
Alright, I'll wander over to get her.
Alright, she tries to panically rush away from you, but given the position she's in and Gazer's general strength, you can overpower her without any difficulty.
Alright, look, lady, I know the situation sucks, and I'm certainly glad I'm on this side of the table as opposed to yours. But the more you cooperate with us, the longer you definitely will be alive, and maybe you get out of this. So I'm going to ask you one more time. Is there anybody else around here that you're aware of?
I think they left. There was just that big monster down there left, I think. There were like 5 others here too, I think. It was hard to tell. It was always so dark. But from their voices, though, I think there's only 5. But I haven't heard them for hours now.
Did they say anything about where they were going? Were they staying? Were they going to another building? Were they leaving the premises?
Yeah. They said something about blowing up a hotel.
You getting this, Joe, Sven?
Are we near to hear this? Or...
Yeah, you guys are near enough to hear us. It's a warehouse too, with not a lot of sound in it, so
Okay.
you guys can hear this.
Hotel. Is there any relevant hotels that we'd be aware of that are of any importance?
Yes, the Baron actually owns a hotel in downtown. That's a really nice hotel, and that is public knowledge. It's not like it's a secret. Everyone knows that he owns it.
Okay. So, what's the name of this hotel?
It is going to be the St. Louis Crown Plaza.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna look to her. Shout out to Gazer. It's like, and say that name. It's like, is that the name you heard? Is that any words that you've heard about that?
I don't know. They just said they were going to teach that upstart a lesson by blowing up his hotel. Ratton chimes in. He's like, I believe that they're going to be destroying Baron's property. That's what they're joking about.
Why are they going all the way to St. Louis just to fuck with anarchs? There's literally anarchs closer to the Camarillo states. This seems a bit far-fetched, but whatever.
They're specifically pissed at you guys. These are some survivors from Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, that's right. We did fuck with them. So never mind.
So, is there when we're done speaking to this individual, is there a way to wipe their memory? I know the magnet won't work on them, but is there another way to if we want to let them go?
Josephine, how high's your dominate?
My dominate is, let me scroll. Dominate is 2. So
What powers do you have?
I have cloud memory and mesmerize.
Nice.
Cloud memory may work. Let's see. I need to reread cloud memory because I'm more used to the third edition of Vampire than I am 5th, so they've changed a few things here. Does it have a description of it? No, it does not. For shame.
It says, by uttering the phrase forget, the user can make the dominated victim forget the current moment as well as the last few minutes. Enough to mask superficial feeding or a chance meeting. So I'm pretty sure she has at least an hour's worth of fucked up information in her head.
Oh yeah, she does.
But she can definitely forget about us, so I go over and have a few words with. Oh, go ahead.
I will deal with this one. I will use before I go up to her. Which one do I have? I don't think I had that. What was that ability where you could look human or whatever?
Oh, that's just you make a rouse check, and anyone can do that. Basically, you just make a rouse check, and you appear to be human for an hour or scene, whichever comes first.
I'm going to do. I want to look a little bit. I want to, look living as I approach her.
So that's gonna be just 1d10 roll. You want to get a 6 or higher, not to increase your hunger. If you roll less than 6, you increase your hunger by 1.
There's a button at the very bottom called a rouse button, so I can make a rouse check.
Absolutely.
Yay! I succeeded.
You are not hungry. You do not get hungrier.
Cool. Right. So yes, I'm gonna walk up, and is Gazer like restraining her, or is just kind of like?
He's just kind of there now. She's not reasoning. She just kind of slumped down and accepted her fate.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk up. And it's like, listen here, sweetheart. We're not going to hurt you. Can I walk with you? So that way I can help you out of the situation with these ruffians.
Okay. Josephine, I believe you have fame as well, too, don't you?
I believe I have some sort of that stuff. Let me see if it's on my digital character sheet. Fame 2, and I have retainers.
Yes.
That's irrelevant.
So she's like, you're Miss Josephine, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. She's like, I really liked your seminar that you did a few months back, and she's getting up and walking with you. Given that you appear human, you're famous, and also pretty, she's clearly trusting of you.
Oh, thank you. And did you take anything from it? Anything important that you learned?
Yes, I've been actually switching out my investments like you suggested and everything to try and take advantage of the current market trends.
Ah, yes, that is very good. I hopefully you did some good networking as well, made some good contacts.
Yes, though I do admit it's a little bit hard though, because given my current social circles, I don't normally interact with a whole lot of people worth networking with, but I'm starting to reach out and making some inroads. That's actually what brought me here was one of my contacts suggested I meet up with some people who were in town who were going to be visiting and possibly invest in some of the small local businesses to franchise outwards. And just I meet with them to try and get on the ground floor of it. And the next thing I know, I woke up here.
Oh, well, that is a shame that you woke up here. But have you ever been to Cincinnati? I heard there's very good networking. What's the word I'm looking
No,
for?
I haven't.
Well,
Opportunities.
yeah, opportunities. I hear there's very, very good situations over there.
Really? I'll have to go over there once I get some of my things in order.
I'm trying to look up for the damn rules of what I'm looking for while I'm trying to do this bullshit conversation.
What are you looking for here? What are you trying to do?
Oh, you know exactly. Oh, there it is. Manipulation subterfuge. Yay.
Yes. This is how you prefer to feed.
Yes. So, I'm going to make sure she doesn't say anything. So yeah, I'm just kind of walking and talking, trying to get her away from the group. And,
Okay, you've successfully gotten her away.
Yes, and then I would like to do what I do best.
All right, roll for the manipulation subterfuge to be able to set up an opportunity for you to bite her. Oh, there we go. Oh, Nelly, she falls for it hook, line, and sinker. All right, she's now embraced by you, so she is now catatonic, unable to resist. Do you feed all the way?
Yeah, so like I'm gonna get a little bit more like what's the word? It's not intimate, but you know, a little bit more familiar with her and kind of to make her feel extremely comfortable and just kind of slow and a few like subtle flirty things, just trying to smooth her into it, and then just kind of whisper, "Don't take this personally," right when we get to the embrace. And yes, I'm going to make sure she does not remember anything ever.
All right, so she is fully drained. Then you can reduce your hunger by 1.
Yay.
Additionally, you gain 2 stains on your humanity.
Okie dokie. So would that be a slash or?
Yes, slash on your. You get 2 slashes on your humanity.
What
are? Because whenever you kill someone like that, it is a humanity stains on your humanity. If you fill up all of your empty boxes, you enter into an existential dilemma and cannot take any offensive actions until you either justify your actions, which would cause you to lose a humanity, but wipes your stains clean, or you reach the end of the night and you just kind of rest and let your mind kind of recuperate.
So it's the empty box, correct?
Yes, the empty box.
Shit, I only have 3 humanity.
Yeah, murder is not fun. Now, one thing you can do is if you look at what your what are they called? Convictions are. If you can make me an argument that one of your that you are following one of your convictions in killing her, it will reduce the stains from 2 to only 1.
The only convictions I have is survival of the fittest, a person's place is predetermined, and the ends justify the means.
So it'd be up to you to explain to me how one of those would justify you killing her right now. And if you don't think any of them do justify them, that's fine.
I mean, I'm personally fine with just running with this for the night, but I do believe there is an argument that she was here for way too long. There's no way I could use any of my powers. She knows more, and I'm not skilled enough, so I made sure that I used the only means I had accessible.
All right.
And also benefiting myself as well. So, killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
I'd say you can make an argument for the ends justify the means, because in the end, what needed to be done is the Masquerade need to be protected, and so that justifies you killing her because there's nothing else that could be done in this case.
There was another way. I could have tried that, but there wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
technically,
So
there I have a pistol. I could have put a bullet through her head. There's that, but that doesn't feed me. So,
And either way, she'd still be dead. So in this case, I'd let you use that as an explanation, so you'd only take 1 stain as opposed to 2 from this. The convictions will never prevent you from taking stains, but they will reduce the severity of the stains.
Right. Where in the world is the information?
Core page.
Stains. Oh, core page.
Yeah, it's your humanity, the slash box you did.
Oh, yeah. So I already slashed humanity.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Good. Okay. Yeah, it's a good thing I did that because I cannot take 2 stains because. Oof.
Yeah. Additionally, you're going to gain temporarily 2 dots of stealth because she was terrified and paranoid, and that's what the resonance has done for you.
Whew.
For the rest of the night, you'll have that bonus to your stealth.
Alrighty, so I'll just add 2 dots to my stealth, and then we'll move on to the situations with Rat.
Yep. All right. While Josephine is off doing her thing, that leaves Rat alone with Sven and Gaze. Rat's kind of getting up and massaging his shoulders, like, "So, why are you 2 here?"
General, do-goodery by the Anarchs. Just they're supposed to be Camarilla. Gotta, yeah. Just kind of trailing off. Now I'm just sort of lighting a cigarette.
Yeah. Hey, just a heads up. One of those cam bastards is a real sick fuck and everything. Sorry, language, guys.
That's fine. We're way past language.
Yeah. He's the one that dismembered and tortured those mortals before feeding on them. I'd watch out for him. He's cousin of yours, Sven.
Oh. So. Did we lose Brahm, or is he just quiet?
Yeah, I'm just quiet.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. I guess I'm gonna look at Gazer and be like, well, we know it's the Barons. Why don't we just call in a bomb threat? It'll make everybody leave the hotel.
That's not a bad idea. I was thinking about going in there being a hero and everything, but I like the phone call idea.
Yeah, I kind of like the hero idea now that you said it.
We could have a good idea there.
We could do a little bit of both. We go down there, make the call, and then go in and try to get these clowns. So because they're just going to do it again, even if we empty out the building.
True.
And we see what Joe thinks. Gazer. Rat, what are you gonna do? While we're gone, you coming with us? You staying here? What do you want?
I mean, I can't really go out where mortals can see me looking like this. You kind of know something's up and wrong with me, you know? It's like, I like to be able to get down into the sewer system, though I can hide out down there for a while, and you guys get this stuff sorted and can try and get me a place in the city or something.
Yeah, I think we can do that. We can try to get you somewhere on the way to the hotel.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Just some place you can stash me where the cam doesn't know where I'm at.
Is there anything else in these other warehouses we should...
I mean, he's like, he pulls aside one of the boxes that's just knocked over. There's a bunch of iPads in here if you need to fence something, but not sure what good that'd do you right now.
Yeah, no. All right, they said no weapons, no, nothing like that, huh?
Nah. They keep that sort of stuff in its own areas. This is just random stuff for Amazon.
All right, let's go get Joe and get out of here.
All right, Joe, you've just finished feeding as about this point, and so the 3 of you meet back up.
I pat the girl on the corpse's head and just say, "Thank you for the blood."
Joe, what the fuck? I thought we were gonna let her go.
Yes, well, if you let her go, what's she going to do? She's going to blab. She's not going to forget, because I can make her forget us, but I can't make her forget the Masquerade. She's going to break that. If you were here a lot sooner, then there were more options. But my hands were tied.
Fair enough, but I'm a little hungry too. So next time you want to take my snack that I've given up, it'd be nice a bit of a warning.
Well, I'm sorry, but she was my taste, and it's a bit hard for me to feed from anything else. Whatever else we have next, I'll let you have it.
Fair enough. All right, let's go take care of this hotel thing. And we got to drop Rad off somewhere. He wants to go in the sewers. Oh.
That would be fine. I think I should probably make a call, make sure this situation's cleaned up.
All right.
Oh, please.
So, Joe.
Can I have access to the fucking cleaners from John Wick? That'd be great.
No, you don't. But so kind of the way Vampire Society operates is your mission, you clean up the mess, or you can call someone else that you know in the city and they'll come clean up the mess, but oftentimes they'll charge you for it. And with vampires, they don't really charge money, they charge with favors. But you do know a guy, though. His name's going to be, let's say, Bob. Bob, the friendly local neighborhood. What clan should I get this guy? He's a Kato. Yeah, he's a Kato. And he picks up the phone and he's like, "Hey, Joe, how you doing? Heard you got some sort of special secret mission from the big boss guy."
Yes, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about a few messes that need to be cleaned up, and I was wondering if you could take care of that for me while I tend to some urgent business.
Joe, that's so unlike you to make a mess. Well, you know what my fee is, so it'll be one minor boon for me to clean up your mess for you. I think it's just corpses, right?
Yes, and we'll discuss what that boon will be after the night is over with, and we'll get that all
That's
settled.
fair. That's fair. You know, you can pay me back later. I've got a substantial debt as it is. Or you can just pay it off for me right now and have some talks with your family about making me an actual Ventru or something like that. I wouldn't mind the protection that comes with that clan name. Catch my drift.
I will discuss this with you after the night is done. We can discuss it then. For right now, I have urgent business. We'll be in touch.
On this.
And then I hang up. Alright, so yeah. We are moving on to dump Rat off in the sewer, I guess. Okay.
There's a large enough access point that he can get through that you guys drop him off at. He says, "Rat will be contacting you soon." And Cilantro's on it.
Bye, Rat. Sorry about the shoulder.
Just freaking
Let's say,
punch into his shoulder. I mean, damn.
I gotta get a good grip.
Sven went a little hardcore there. All right, so you've dropped Brad off. You've got your mess cleaned up. What are y'all doing next?
Oh yeah.
Guess
All
we're
right,
heading to the hotel, right?
Are you calling ahead for the bomb threat or just going straight there?
I say, why don't we get there and call in the bomb threat and go in while the crowd's coming out?
Yes, it would be a good idea for us to be inside, so that way it leaves less complications of trying to get in, because it will be locked down.
Right, and that'll create a diversion. We can look like the people helping guide people out.
I don't think any of us are dressed for that.
Oh, we look like good Samaritans.
Yeah, you don't think we're friendly?
I mean, we have our moments, and that's all I'm going to say.
All right, so how do you want to proceed then? And I'm driving the speed limit, by the way. I'm trying not to attract attention. I'm not being overly polite either, though, because I don't want to attract attention that way.
You know, New Yorker accent, you got to drive like one, you know.
Right.
All right, don't forget, St. Louis is only a few hours south of Chicago. You being polite is still, doing speed limits is probably a bit too polite for this area.
I mean, you can go.
Got it.
You can go
I go with
five
I go with
miles.
traffic. Yeah, I go with traffic.
All right, you drive like traffic drives. That's not too hard for you.
I mean, pretty much that's what the cops look out for, is people who aren't going with traffic.
All right, you guys arrive at the hotel. This hotel is one that has an underground parking garage underneath it, and then probably about good, I would say, 9 to 10 stories tall. It's very fancy looking in the heart of downtown.
So yeah, once we get into the parking lot, I'm just gonna turn to the rest. It's dawned on me. How the fuck are we supposed to deal with this? We don't know what they're going to blow up. They're going to blow up the bottom structures. Are they going to blow up the top floor? Are they going to blow up the middle floor? What are they doing? Better yet, what are we doing?
These are all very good questions.
One thing that crosses your mind, once there's no one else in the building after everyone's been evacuated, probably the only people left will either be emergency personnel or the bomb people or you guys.
So, Joe, I was just thinking, once we clear out this building, maybe the only people left are emergency personnel, the bomb people, the bad guys, and or the police.
All of which are problems. So I guess we will deal with that, because it'll be less people to deal with. And certainly don't get any more civilians involved.
Well, and it's possible that whoever's there to blow up the building will be there to take care of the officials, the do-gooders.
Actually,
But
So, you got-
but hey,
Alright,
what
so
if
you guys
they're
have
waiting
arrived
outside?
and parked in the garage of the hotel.
Connor, can you hear us?
Sorry, can you guys hear me or can I hear you guys?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry. No?
I can hear
Yeah.
Josh. Can you hear Josh?
I can hear Josh.
Okay, yeah, he was
Okay.
he was gonna say something.
I'm gonna be like, what if this is a ploy to get us to call a bomb threat in to get our guys outside, and then they just murder them in the streets? I'm looking a little crazy right now. I definitely look like I'm building some theories in my head.
Mass murder in the streets seems to be, that would draw an awful lot of attention. I would think even as crazy as the Malkavians are, they're not going to do that.
The Camarilla are very, very big sticklers for the Masquerade. They'll do something a little bit more subtle than that. Let's just get into the actual building, make sure we get to a spot where we can stay. I will call in the threat, and I guess we'll deal with whoever remains. And as one of you suggested, they may take care of the law enforcement for us.
All right. So good news about this being... Sorry, guys.
You
Good news
good?
of this being one of the Baron... I'm fine. This being one of the Baron's hotels is that he has a number of secret passages set up that are just for vampires of the city to use. So you guys are able to hide out after you call in the bomb threat in areas that the public wouldn't know about.
Okay, so yeah, I guess we are waiting in there as the people are escorted out.
Yep. The hotel works swiftly and efficiently as you see tons of people being cleared out over the next 20 to 30 minutes. About 5 minutes. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna browse my LinkedIn profile while I'm waiting for the 30 minutes. Just sitting there on my phone.
You have a new link request from a young girl named Maria, who's a redhead.
Decline.
All right, you decline. About 5 minutes into you guys placing the phone call, that's when the emergency services arrive. You have fire trucks, ambulances, and police starting to show up. Police are assisting with the escort services right now, escorting people out. The rest of the emergency services are waiting outside for people and directing people away from the building.
Okay.
After they think they've gotten everyone out, this is about the 23-minute mark. That's when you hear SWAT teams starting to move into the building. And so now it's just you, SWAT, and presumably the bomb people. So what do you guys do?
Is there what's the lighting situation? Can we make sure that it's only emergency lights set up?
Oh yeah, easily. Very easily. So what a lot of things that vampires do when they own a building, let's say set it up so that they can manipulate things beyond the mortal's control. So it's very easy for you to manipulate things in this building right now. So you switch it over to just emergency lighting.
Yes, because I want us to be able to sneak through, and at least, if not us, at least Gazer can do that easily.
Okay.
And so that way we can also see things in case shit hits the fan.
Okay. Just switch everything over to emergency lighting then.
Surprise, the entire bomb people are all Nosferatus.
Yeah, so is there a way Gazer can follow along in these passages where the SWAT team's going to observe what's going on, or do I have to be out in the same room with them? And if so, what kind of gear are they wearing? Like if they're wearing face masks
Kind
and
of connect a
everything
few
out?
places and floors and a few high spots, but they don't really have there's not where you can follow along with the SWAT teams very well at them. So you would have to actually be out there on the floors with the SWAT team moving around to be able to stick with them.
And I guess my obfuscate isn't going to work on here. This sort of a situation is it's not really a crowd.
Here, what the?
Right there, Connor.
Yeah, no, my Discord just tried to tell me I need to do an update and everything, and tried to say you need to restart the computer. I'm like,
No.
not right now. Sorry, go ahead.
As a SWAT, how are they dressed? Like, do they have gas masks, face masks?
They have face masks. They got some riot shields. They got shotguns, and they got the body armor.
All right. If I can do this, I'll try to wait for an opportunity that I can grab one of these SWAT guys. And again, I don't want to kill him, but I try to take him down unconscious and get into his uniform and whatnot. Because if it's going to cover up the face and stuff, hopefully nobody notices me. So then I can follow along with them to see if we can find where this bomb is.
That's going to be a little bit difficult because they're traveling in groups of 3 everywhere.
It's all right. That's not going to work.
Yeah, they are technically trained to not
be in that
situation. Yeah. It's a great idea, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be really tricky.
Yeah, no, if they're groups of 3, they're definitely... All right.
So, SWAT teams have moved in and everything. They're starting to patrol the building. And I think I've worked with Gazer. Were you following along behind them?
If I can do that. I can't swap out with one of them. I got that.
You can probably move around pretty stealthily, obviously occasionally to let groups pass when you hear them coming, because SWAT teams are not quiet at all. You'll just need to make me a stealth plus dexterity check.
All right. And are there, as I'm doing that, you said we have these secret passageways. Is that throughout the building? So as I'm moving stealthy, I can try to stay near these secret doors and stuff to try to slip away if I have to?
So what I'll do is I'll give you a +2 situational bonus to your roll between your ability to obfuscate when you need to, and then move into the secret passages.
Okay.
That'll just kind of help you fill in a few of the gaps as you're moving around.
Okay, so right now I'm doing stealth plus dex. Is that right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I am adding a modifier, or no,
Yep.
Not yet.
You're adding a +2 modifier.
2. Okay. All right. Well, for the best. See what happens here. Ooh, that's good, right?
Yes. So I know you try to. So you have a total of 7 successes from that. So you definitely are very stealthy moving through. This would be something where you normally would have. All right. So you got a messy critical basically with this. I'm trying to figure out what to do about the messy critical. So since you're Nosferatu, as you're moving around following the SWAT teams, periodically obs and everything, it is a stressful situation. So unfortunately for Anos, their bodies aren't quite human anymore, let's say. I mean, no vampires is, but theirs are a bit more on the monstrous side. So you start having some stigmata where your body's pores start sweating a little bit of blood. It's not enough to make you hungry, but it's very clearly like a sign that there's something wrong with you if someone were to pause and look at you at any point. That'll be
So I'm less attractive than usual.
Yes. Right now, if someone looks at you like, that's not a human, they can just tell it off the bat automatically right now is what it boils down to. As opposed to, that guy's kind of fugly.
Fair enough. All right.
But yeah, you're able to follow the SWAT teams, though, other than that, without really any problem. What are Sven and Joe going to be doing while Gazer stalks the SWATs?
I mean, to be fair, if Gazer is spotted, I'm pretty sure he'd get shot because he's sweating blood. He looks like the way he looks, and he's in the dark. He's gonna look like a freaking monster.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so it's kind of dawned on me that we don't really have any specific information on where they're gonna be at. We know there's SWAT all over the place, and Josephine isn't necessarily the tactical evasion kind of person, so kind of at a loss.
All right, so Joe's just kind of hanging out waiting for things to happen. Similar thing for Sven, I take it? Or different?
Oh, let me think. Kind of got an idea, I think. So currently, can I view from like a window people coming in? You know, who's all outside, who's funneling out, sort of thing. Is there anybody making just anybody who stands out, any reason? You know, something odd might catch my eye.
All right, yeah, you can kind of peer through some vents and stuff and look around. And what you see outside is there's at least it's up a perimeter around the building. There's a large crowd kind of milling about out there. No one's really funneling out of there anymore. No one's really going in because SWAT's already in there, and they're now just kind of playing the waiting game to see what happens.
Okay.
About this point, all of you, Gazer, you're probably like on second or third floor right now, following a group of SWAT around. You all hear gunfire coming from the main central, like center lobby area, like around where the breakfast area would be. The gunfires go off for a few quick seconds before they're silenced.
I try to get to that area as quickly and stealthily as I can. Again, trying to observe what's going on, who's in there.
I'm going to go see if I can take a peek in that spot as well.
All right. What about you, Sven?
So I guess I'd be a little bit familiar with the layout of this building, not like heavily or anything, but I've at least been in here a couple times.
Oh yeah, all three of you have been in here on a decent amount of time, so y'all are familiar enough with the layout to be able to travel around it pretty easily.
Okay. Instead of heading directly towards it, can I kind of circle around? You know, make my long way around, double checking everything. You know, just
that from you.
Since it seems they're going, you know, at least I can tell Jeff is done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be my plan. I'll just take the long way, since it seems I know at least Josephine's going straight for it. You know?
All right. So Sven, you'll get here in a moment, but Joe and Gazer, you both arrive. And the way the central area is, it's like a 2-story thing that's open with like a balcony sort of thing around the edge that has the hallway rooms facing. You know how like downtown city hotels are. And in that open area, that's where like a breakfast seating area is. There are a bunch of downed SWAT members and 2 big piles of ashes on one of the tables. So the SWATs are able to take out 2 of the vampires, but there's still 3 left there that are currently rigging a device in the middle of the floor. And there's no sign of any other SWATs coming right now.
There's 3 vampires there.
You assume they're vampires because they're in street clothes. They aren't wearing any SWAT gear, and one of them has a bullet hole very visible in the neck, and they're moving around without any problems.
Okay. So, yeah. I'm gonna see, like, okay, so what's the situation? Is there like cover in front of me? Like, is there like one of those little what are they called?
There's-
The plant. Yeah, there's little planter railings. Those thick columns that are like up to your waist or whatever that has plants all over the place.
There's actually a full pillar. Like there's a pillar every like 6 feet around the edge of the center area and the pillars are like some of those really huge, tacky style pillars.
So if they're turned to ash, are the SWAT using any special weapons, or they were turned to ash just from regular bullets?
So the SWAT may be using special bullets, but if vampires take enough damage, they will turn to ash from just regular bullets. It just takes a lot of bullets to do so.
Based off of the information provided, I highly doubt that. I doubt they went in knowing there's vampires, and considering one has a bullet hole through the neck, really doubt they're using anything anti-vampire.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he would not be, oh yeah, I'm fine.
All right, and if they're rigging a bomb, there probably isn't time to drag a body away and switch into his clothes. I'm just worried about when the other SWAT come in.
probably not.
Okay.
From what you saw, the SWAT team that you were on, they didn't get the call for backup. They heard the gunfire, but SWAT's trained. You don't just run to the gunfire. If the team needs help, they'll radio for help. They continue on their search and everything.
All right. Are any of the dead SWAT guys anywhere near me where I could grab a gun?
They're all. You're on the second floor. You're on the second floor right now. All the dead SWAT are kind of in the middle ground floor underneath you. So,
gotcha.
And there's the SWAT bodies are really close enough for any of you to be able to get to their weapons without being noticed potentially by those 3 vampires.
Okay. And it's 3 vampires. Okay.
This is the kind of thing we need Sven to get in, start swinging, and then we can grab some weapons.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure. I had to go around.
All right. So as you guys are observing the situation, Sven does arrive, and Sven, you see why I've been describing to everybody.
I do have a pistol at the ready, though.
All right. Joe has a pistol.
And I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who actually has any sort of firearm. Everyone else has. I know Gazer has a stake. I completely forget what Sven has.
Sven has fists.
I mean, what more do you need? You already got those guns, those big ass guns.
Yeah, man.
Do I see where Sven is?
Sven, I don't think you're particularly trying to hide from.
No, I'm literally just going around like checking things as I come into that area. I really am not trying to hide.
Right.
I'm kind of obvious, not like, not like, oh hey, what's up, man? But hey.
Yeah. So Sven's on the second floor with you, Gazer. He's just a bit further down the hallway from you that kind of overlooks that entire area.
Joe's on the first floor in the lobby?
Yeah, Joe's on the first floor in the lobby, basically. Joe's between the breakfast area and the main entrance. You guys are on the second floor in the hallways that are kind of like overlooking it. Like on the wall behind you, there's doors to rooms there, and then the hallway just kind of is like that banister that loops around the entire opening space.
So, I wonder if, let's see. And I see Sven.
Mm-hmm.
Sven look like he's going to jump down?
I don't know. Does Sven look like he's going to jump down?
Sven's more kind of like looking over the side, kind of gauging it. Is there anything heavy nearby me?
Sure. There is a cleaning cart. They are made out of plastic, but they do have a ton of stuff on them, and they're very big.
Well, actually, since this seems to be a second story looking down, is there anything that's hanging above?
There's a massive chandelier over it.
All right. Is anything underneath it?
Currently, a bomb. And 3
God.
vampires.
Do we have any idea how to disarm a bomb, by the way?
I mean, we just have to take care of the people arming the bomb. Even if it's armed, at least, it's not going to blow up right away, so we have some time.
Right. And how much damage would I take if I just jumped down?
Not really anything worth noting about.
Oh.
Like, someone can survive. Like, you can just survive as a regular person. You can jump from like the second story floor down to the first story floor, especially if you're careful with it in a hotel.
Yeah,
without
I've
you'll-
fallen off a roof, man. I've been fine. I didn't break
Yeah,
anything, so.
Yeah.
So those things where, especially if you're being careful with it, you can chop yourself down without really needing to worry about taking damage or anything like that. I mean, it might just hurt your joints for a moment, but you're a
Right.
vampire. You shake it off.
just make
Sure.
sure that your knees are bent a little bit, so that way when you land, you put all the force through your body, and then you'll roll with it.
All right. So I'm gonna watch Sven as I see him going for this cart, and if he goes and drops it, then I'm gonna jump basically as it goes down to go land on one of the guys it's not hitting, and
All right.
and hopefully
Yeah,
Joe jumps in at
that's-
some point.
Yeah, that's pretty much seems to be the plan. I'm gonna try to jump up, rip this chandelier out, and chuck it towards them. Generally.
There's nothing going to be so much chucking as soon as you rip it off, that thing's just going to plummet and fall.
Well, I'm hoping to use my weight to launch it that way. Like if I'm coming at it at an angle, you know what I mean? To try to get it to angle a bit towards them instead of going straight down into a bomb.
Either way,
So,
you're going to be taking an
let-
express ticket to the ground.
Yeah.
Yep.
Put it this way, the diameter on this chandelier is probably about 20 feet for the diameter on it, so it is a freaking massive thing.
Oh, okay. That may change things then. Well, is there anything else like heavy up here?
I thought there was a serving cart. Was it?
Yeah, there'd probably be a serving cart on one of the hallways. It's not as big as the cleaning carts, but it's made out of metal as opposed to plastic.
I mean, Sven could just jump on the huddle. Gazer can jump down, try and snag the gun, and I already have a gun, so we have a few moments to try and get the upper hand. That's just a guess, though. And also, I'm not up there to
Yeah.
communicate anything with anyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take the cart. And can I land up on that chandelier? You think it could support me? I mean, I guess I wouldn't know.
You have no idea knowing, unless you want to roll me in knowledge, chandeliers or construction.
I'm really curious. I just like the idea. Like, yeah, I could totally just do it, and he just jumps for it.
I'm going for it.
All right. So what's going to happen is there's going to be a surprise round here, but then we're going to go into combat. So I want to have you guys go and roll for initiative first. And what's going to happen is the enemies will roll for initiative, but during the first round, they don't get any actions on their turns. Okay?
Okay.
So the way you're going to roll for initiative is you're going to roll 1d10, and then you're going to add in your... sorry, I'm trying to scroll up here. You're going to add it. Yeah. You're going to add in your wits. Oh. Unless you guys have this like an automatic one that you can pop up.
That's actually a good question. There probably should be, because there normally is, but I'm not seeing one.
For an initiative button, I don't see one.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's going to be 1d10 plus your wits and your composure.
Okay. 1d10. Hunger doesn't apply to this?
No, it does not.
Okay.
I guess you could add it to custom rolls if you were doing it long enough.
Actually, yeah, that would be a good idea, but it's a bit bad.
Yeah,
It's
that
a
would
bit
be
too late,
if you were doing a... Yeah, it's all good. Just something to think of for the future.
So 1d10 plus wits and what was it?
Wits and composure.
Wits and composure. I'll just roll my 1d10 and then my wits and composure.
I'm just gonna, I guess, add a modifier.
No, you
Yeah,
don't
that
add. If you add the modifier, it will give you successive.
Yeah, it just adds a flat number rather than an extra die.
That's true.
All right, so I type this out as 1d10 plus...
Do dash. So what you want to do is like dash R 1d10, then plus, and then the plus symbol, and then
Here, I'll type out R /
Dash R 1d10 plus...
So yeah, that's what you'll type out.
6. Okay, let's see if this works.
Or if you can also just click the little symbol if you got it for the die and go right to 1d10.
Oh yeah, that's right. There is a die rolling thing,
Yep.
where it has the
That
little
did not work.
d20.
Okay, I did.
So yeah, we'll do
Okay.
the little thing. So where you see all the icons on the left-hand side, there should be a dice icon. If you highlight that, it'll show all the dice that you can roll.
Ah. Yep. Okay.
So just
Oh, here we go. Okay, 1d10. That works much better. Plus 6. Roll.
Nice.
well, that's just a dice plus 6, but he gets a plus 6, does he? Or is it just
Yeah.
6 dice?
Oh,
Plus
what?
6. No, it's going to be 9 plus 6. So he got that right.
Oh, okay.
Did I do it? Okay.
So do we just add the levels of, or do we roll our composure and wits as well?
No, you just roll and then you add the. So, like, if you, for example, for let's say you had 2 wits and 1 composure, you'd roll 1d10 and you'd add 3 to it.
Oh, I did this all wrong then. Because I did, I rolled my wits and composure, and then I rolled my 1d10. So, my wits and composure, so that'd be 9 plus 5. So, that'd be a 14, I believe.
All right, 14. Okay. All right, so, and then what was Sven's here?
I think it was 3.
Okay.
Well, those are 2 successes. You gotta actually look at the number. It's 6 plus a 9.
Yeah, but because you rolled your 1d10, and then you're supposed to roll how many levels you have for
It did.
wits and composure. It
Didn't.
Yeah, it rolled.
No,
the
it's a
dice.
5.
Is
It's
it
a
a
5. It didn't add the. It only has wits for some reason. It didn't add the composure.
so
which
then-
is a 2.
Sven should be a 6.
All right.
Oh,
So
I'm
I
wrong. I'm
just-
sorry. I was looking at manipulation. It's 4. 4.
Okay.
All right.
I'm done.
it's-
He's not a 5.
No worries. It still stays in the same order. So what we're going to have for turn order, it's going to go Gazer, then Joe, Mook 1, Mook 2, Sven, and then Mook 3. Okay? So again, first round, the Mooks don't get to do anything. I'm just calling them Mooks for now because you don't know their names. So, Gazer, you see Sven leaping has just leapt for the chandelier and everything. What are you? And you said you're going to drop onto one of them?
So, if I can leap to the guns and grab a gun, I'll do that. If not, then I'll just drop on one of the vampires.
You can definitely. It's easier to get onto one of the guns than onto one of the vampires.
Okay. So I'm thinking that Sven is about to drop something. So in my mind, I'm thinking I will drop down. Even if they see me, he's going to distract them again from me real fast with when he drops whatever he's dropping. So I may have an extra moment to grab that gun and get ready versus waiting
All
for
right.
him to do something and then I drop.
All right, you're not going to need to make any rolls for this, but what your action will be, you'll drop down, you grab the gun. The sound of you dropping down causes the 3 vampires that are kind of clustered around the bomb together to turn and look at you, and that's going to be it for their actions. And you now have the gun ready. You just can't use it yet this round.
Got it.
All right, then we go over to Joe. What is Josephine doing?
Okay. I think it would be a good idea to shoot the most injured looking one.
That'll be the one with the hole in the neck.
That's probably what I was aiming for. So yeah, yeah, since their attention is already pulled, I see Sven doing that. Probably best to shoot them now, because yeah, they're gonna react, but Sven's gonna probably end up smashing something onto them, hopefully. So yeah, I'll shoot.
All right, so Joe, you're shooting, right?
Yes.
All right, so that's going to be firearms plus dexterity, or actually, you can do either firearms plus dexterity or firearms plus intelligence, whichever you prefer. Because
yeah, just the damage value 2. It didn't really give me any stats. Okay.
so
Oh, what were you gonna say?
the gun gives you stats for when you do damage. basically. So what you do is you're going to roll that, and then they're going to roll their dodge plus dexterity to try to get out of the way from it. And then however many successes you have better than theirs, you add 2 to that, and that's how much damage you're going to be dealing to them. Okay?
Sounds
So-
good.
But say I'll break it down as we roll here. So first, just roll your firearms plus your whatever you want to do.
I rolled firearms and dexterity. Fuck.
All right. All right. Now I'm going to roll here.
I mean, they just have to roll. They just have to beat one success. I mean,
They got 1 success, so they managed to move out of the way of your as you shoot at them.
damn it. Yeah, I'm just gonna, under my breath, damn, and then try and get back in cover.
All right. So Josephine fires and ducks back behind cover. All right, then. Next up, we've got the Mooks, which they do not get to do anything, so we go over to Sven. You have now landed on the chandelier.
Does
What
it
do you
support me?
wish to do?
Oh, okay.
It is about to fall. You have a couple. You can tell that the entire bracket that supported just went thump and is starting to pull and peel out of the ceiling. You have a few moments here before it just comes crashing down.
I mean, how is this thing shaped? Is it like one of those pyramid ones that kind of goes down, or is it just
Yeah.
a giant circular? Okay.
It's circular. It's a circular pyramid, so like it's one of those things where it comes to a point in the center and then goes up into a circle.
Okay. Well, I guess as I land, I'm gonna try to push it as hard, like really force the landing of using my weight and my body. Like I said, I'm gonna angle it that way.
All right.
And try my best to launch it past into the vampires.
All right. So
You know.
I need you to make me a strength x2 check for this then. So basically, that if you have like strength of 4, you'd be rolling 8 dice for this.
Let's see. Yep, strength of 4. Can I just for that?
Just-
Do I just add modifiers?
Yeah, just
Or-
add a modifier 4. That'll probably be the easiest.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Sven basically grabs hold of it and then just puts his foot on the ceiling, kicks off, and punches this thing downward as it rockets downward. And I need to make a few quick rolls as these vampires look up startled as this thing comes crashing down onto them. Like, not so much, but they're very consistent. So they all get part out of the way as they dive away from the crashing chandelier. We can tell they all got pieces of glass and metal jabbed into them from it as they are now separated in opposite directions from each other, cut and scraped up. The bomb also seems to be slightly damaged from this, but it did not explode. It's good news.
Yeah, I mean, as long as one of us can at least get unconscious, then I think we can call it good on the checklist. And I mean, that I was kind of worried. Like Connor's like, yeah, I'll fill all that by murdering everyone at once.
Oh man, I was kind of hoping it would have been hilarious.
It's still early, guys. The thing is sparking.
God.
Man, this bomb sounds janky as shit.
It is a very janky bomb, actually. Like, this thing is like, I know nothing about bombs, but that doesn't look right. All right,
Man,
so then that was
I would have expected better from the Camarilla.
Yeah, to be fair, they're on hard times right now. You kind of blew up their city.
Did we blow up the city? I wasn't there for that one shot. I was just there for the time we fucked up Disney World.
No, you guys
Was
woke
it
up a
Disneyland?
elder
I don't
with
remember
some-
what the hell it is. Florida.
You guys did similar thing that happened in Florida happened in Sin.
Good.
This group is terrible.
Yeah, but
No, this group is great.
Florida was not our responsibility. That all went sideways on its own.
I
We got
mean,
caught in the
I mean,
middle of
from that experience, Josephine is never injecting anything into anything ever again. Ever. Not gonna touch any damn syringe. And
This
I
all
mean,
happens to Rat. I think you'll be fine.
and then yeah, I mean, yeah, Sven threw away our evidence, but also, I mean, we already friggin' knew what was going on by that point, so
It needed to die, and I needed to live.
Well, it didn't
All right.
die, but you did live, so.
Yep.
All right, so we're going on to the next round now. So we got Gazer going first.
So, I don't have any filled-in dots for firearms. Does that mean I use this as a club, or do I still have a chance
You
of
can
using?
you can still shoot it. You just roll raw dexterity for it.
Okay.
You do get a plus. Right now, it's set to automatic fire, so you do get a +2 modifier to your attack roll as you're just going to spray the area with bullets.
Should have just grabbed the shotgun. You could have hit him with that. Spreadsheet, yo.
All right, so I've got, so it's Dex plus you said 2.
Yeah.
And it's going to be, there's no second attribute. All right.
And is there a specific mook you're aiming at? Close up to you is mook number 1, which is a guy in currently a tattered vest, no shirt underneath, and black leather pants. He looked very, very, let's call it stylized. Be nice to him.
All right, so he definitely doesn't have a bulletproof vest on. But
No,
he's not the one
absolutely.
that's injured, right?
No, he's not. The one that is injured is closer to Joe. That one, she's got a kind of a cocktail dress on, and she seems to be very irritated that her dress has been damaged. Third one is this big hulking bruiser looking sort of fella and everything, where he's got kind of like a polo shirt on and khaki slacks, but he looks huge and massive.
All right, is the injured one going to be just as easy to hit as the guy that's stylishly dressed?
All three of them are going to be about the same level to hit for your
Okay,
roll.
I'll go after the injured one then, see if we can at least take one of them out.
All right, so go ahead and make your roll then.
And there's the roll.
So you got 2 successes. She's going to attempt to dodge. See how she does. She does manage to get out of the way of that attack, though. She spray bullets at where she is, and she ducks down behind part of the broken chandelier.
And guys, we suck at shooting.
Yeah, this is unfortunate.
No, wait, no, it's not us. It's them. They're just better at dodging.
That's how it is. I see. All right, then. Next up, we have Joe.
Okay, so it's my turn again.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna shoot a bitch again.
All right, roll for your shot.
Alrighty. Yes, I'm gonna add my charisma roll to my shot. That makes sense.
Good news for you. She only made 1 success on her dodge check this time.
I mean, I have yet to roll, so we'll see.
You got
Don't forget
3.
willpower. Yeah.
You can also re-roll some of the dice with willpower too, as a heads up, guys.
That is true, but we're not in a panic situation yet.
Yeah. And then she gets to roll to try to soak some of the damage, because right now she has 1 success, which brings the damage, the normal successes down to 2. We subtract 1 just for hitting, so it's down to 1 extra to the damage, and the gun normally does 2 damage, so she's taking right now 3 damage from the gun. She has stamina 2, so she gets to roll 2d10s to try and soak it. She gets 1 success, so she takes a total of 2 damage. We got as one bullet just pops into her chest, and she stumbles backwards a little bit.
All right, cool. What's she looking like? She, looking very worse for wear, or just vampire.
She's
It's
looking-
like you can't tell they're dying.
It's hard to tell with a vampire until they're actually done.
We're always
She-
dying. It's fine.
She's going to turn and she's going to shoot at you, Joe. She's going to go, "You bitch," and pulls it and swings her gun sideways and starts shooting you with it. Let's see. All right, so she's got 3 successes coming at you.
I don't
You
like
need
any
to
of that.
roll your You need to roll your dodge plus your dexterity.
Alrighty, dodge. Where's that at?
Nope.
Is it in skills?
Is it athletics now?
Athletics now. Sorry, I forgot they changed
Yeah.
that. Because otherwise dodge is just too broken to have its own ability. No one bothered with it, with not having dodge.
So, 2 successes, 1 critical.
All right. So that's unfortunately criticals only count for once you get 2 of them. So that's going to be a total.
I
it's going to
also
reduce
rolled
the
a
hits
1
down
if that helps too.
So only if it's on the hunger dice.
Okay.
But
cool.
since you got 1 hit on you, that does hit, and then she didn't get any extra hits, so she doesn't deal any extra damage. So her gun deals 3 damage to you because it's high caliber. So you then need to roll your stamina just by itself.
Okay, stamina.
Oh, nice. You got 2. So you take 1 superficial damage, which is 1 of the slashes through your health box.
Okie dokie. 1 slash. So
All right.
just the slash rather than the X because it's not
Yeah.
the
Aggravated is going to be the act.
Yes. Cool.
And you can also spend a rouse to heal, and the amount you heal is going to be based off of your blood potency.
Okay, cool.
And then next guy we have up is the guy with the vest and everything. He's going to look at you, Gazer, and be like, "Take this, punk!" And he throws a Molotov cocktail at you.
Oh
For
shit!
me to catch? Oh,
At Gazer.
okay.
Catch it. That way you have the Molotov. You have the power of fire against vampires.
Excellent.
All right. Wow, he sucks. He got 1 hit on you. So Gazer, roll me a athletics plus dexterity check.
Okay. Let's see.
And wow, that's disappointing.
Plus dex. I think I did that right. Oh, that's not super great.
It's enough that you dive out of the way as the Gazer dives out of the way. The Molotov cocktail flies past him and splatters against the wall. And now the room is on fire.
Is bathed in silence?
Sure.
He cut out there for a second, so.
Yeah, no. Sorry. The room is bathed in fire.
Okay, fire.
So, but none of it hit you. Basically, like the area behind you is now on fire, though. All right, then. So that was his action. As he looks irritated that he totally whiffed on that attack roll. Next up, we're going to have Sven.
Okay. I mean, am I upright? Did I land fine?
You have cat's grace. You landed on your feet in a broken chandelier next to a sparking bomb.
All right. What are the SWAT doing?
The SWAT are not here right now. They will be here probably pretty soon now that there's more sounds of fighting going on. The SWAT that was here are dead.
Yep. I get what you're saying. Okay,
Yeah.
I was just making sure there wasn't more. Okay. I guess I'll do what I'm good at. Is big guy looking in my direction?
Yeah, he is.
All right. I'm gonna look at the little girl and run over and grapple her. The one who's like, "You bitch."
Alrighty then. That's going to be a strength plus brawl, and you said you had specialty grapple,
Yeah.
right? And so you get a +1 to slayiness modifier. She's going to attempt to resist your grapple with her whopping 2d10. She got 2 successes though, so you got 2 successes you gotta beat to grapple this girl. Oh, by the skin of your teeth. But fortunately, grapples are not ones that have, variable successes on it. So you just either succeed or you don't. She is now currently being grappled by you. As she
Okay.
Suplex
I am
the bitch.
aiming to take. I am aiming to like disarm her at the same time.
All right, so that'll be a separate grapple check on your next round. Right now, though, she cannot
Sounds good.
shoot. Right now, though, she cannot shoot with any sort of accuracy, though.
All right. Cool.
All right, finally, we have the big guy. The big guy seems annoyed that you chose the little girl over him. So he growls and he leaps towards you and everything. He's going to attempt to punch you in the back.
Damn,
so
I was expecting him to grapple as well.
You know, I
A
still
trainer
have-
grapple.
He was going to try and grab you and throw you, but I'm like, no, this guy's he's really angry. All right, so you need to make me a dodge plus, an athletics plus dexterity check. And he's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 success.
Yeah.
Dude has a lot of dice for punching.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, he does.
And athletics plus what's it called? Unless I get a
Dexterity.
unless I get some crits, this is gonna hurt. Whoop.
Ooh, that's a messy
Of course.
critical.
No, we're gonna willpower.
All right, so reroll those top 2 dice. So you can't reroll the hunger, but it's already a success anyways.
Okay, so it might just be easier to reroll 2
Yeah.
d10. Yeah.
All right, so that brings you to 3 successes. So it's 2. His fists deal normally 2 points of damage, so that's a total of 4 damage now coming your way. You make a stamina check to try and reduce that. As vampires are all rather tanky. All right, so right now you'll be taking 3 superficial damage. So that'll be 3 slashes through your health boxes. So he punches Finn really hard in the back with a kidney punch.
So if we already say
Oh,
I
other
have-
way, man.
So say I have 3 superficial damage and I take an aggravated point of damage. Does that overwrite one of the superficial, or does that go on to the next point of damage?
So what you'll do is, let me show you on your, I'll show you how it works kind of on yours, but what you do is you take the furthest superficial to the right and turn it into an X, and you move one, and you add 1 more superficial damage to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I just did something weird to your health boxes there, Josh.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm all sorts of beat up now.
I just,
Yep.
Alright.
X's and slashes all over the place.
Man, ruining the sheet already.
hey, I didn't do it wrong.
Oh, so you're saying Josh did it wrong?
Yeah. There we go, Josh. I fixed your health.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done the health. Usually we don't make it to combat. It's all very fast.
So what's going to happen is we're going to start filling the empty boxes on the right, and then we're working our way left as we fill things in. Same thing.
Okay.
Willpower.
Well, I'm
All
going.
right.
I'm going from left to right. So
Whatever works. All right. Sorry, I'm not talking to you, Josh. I just needed a character sheet pulled up so I could see all the different skills. Yours hadn't be the one I had pulled up.
Oh no, that was perfect. Works.
I think he has
Yeah.
a grapple ability, if that matters anything. Yeah. So how does that work? Because he has brawl and grappling. So
So that's a speciality. So specialities for skills are whenever you make a skill check using that specific skill, if your speciality would apply, you get an extra dice to your dice pool for it.
So you've been robbing him of 2 dice total.
No, I've been telling him to add in his grapple. You want to tell him to give him. Every time I've told him to give himself a +1 modifier from his grapple bonus.
I do. I click the
Oh.
thing. If it's not adding it, I can't help it if it's not adding it, my man.
So, is
So
it just
Looking
a
at it,
flat
does
plus
it?
one?
I see 2 dice.
Oh, it says 2 dice
And then
for
I see-
speciality?
No. It's 1, right? I thought it was just 1.
Yeah, just 1. So for example,
Yeah.
when you try to grapple someone, for example, if we scroll up to your attack roll, you should have thrown 8 dice total. So yeah, you have brawl, normals, you have dice rolls, you rolled 8 dice there, 7 regular and 1
Yeah.
thunder. Because it's 4
No,
for your
we're
strength,
good.
3 for your brawl, and then 1 for your grapple bonus. So that'd be
Yep.
total 8. Yeah, I've been doing wrong. Don't you question me, Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan.
So it's a flat +1 rather than an extra die.
It's a +1 die.
Okay, because
Die,
yeah.
the modifier doesn't add a die. I believe it just adds. I don't know what it adds.
The modifier should just add a die because that's what I've been seeing as a result for your dice rolls.
Yes,
Let
that's
me-
what it does.
let
It
me
adds a
actually-
die.
Let me actually test that because I have not looked at that, and I have a strength of 1. I'll roll with a modifier of 1, And okay, it rolls 2 dice. Okay, so yeah, it just rolls an extra die. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Ignore me then. I have it figured out, and it's explained for anyone else who had any other questions, I guess. So,
For roll 20 vampire questions, guys, we are your place to go.
I mean, that's not necessarily just if you roll the modifier, you roll the extra die. That's what you get. Yeah.
No, I mean, that's fair. That's very true. All right, so we're going to go back to the top.
+1 because that's what D&D does. It's like, yeah, add the plus this to your roll. And this is not like, yeah, you roll more dice. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I get you. All right, so let's go back to the next top of the round. We're going to have Gazer at the top of the round again.
So if one grapples, are you doing any damage, or do you have to do something after that?
So the first time you grapple someone, you aren't doing any damage, just holding on to them and basically getting them to grapple. After that, you can do different things to them, try to deal damage. You can fight them after you grapple them. You can crush them. You can throw them. All that different stuff.
Sven's already drinking enough vampire blood. He doesn't need more.
All right. Well, seeing how the damaged lady vampire is distracted because she put her attention on Josephine shooting at her. If I'm close enough, I'm going to lunge for her and try to grapple her.
She is currently being grappled by Sven as a heads up.
Oh, that's right.
That's the one I got.
Sorry. Yeah. All right.
Just grapple the big guy. There you go.
No.
Yeah.
I just these two guys like.
I'm going to go for fancy clothes. Yeah, that's right. I forgot he was grappling her. So I'll go for fancy pants man.
All right, you're going for fancy pants man. Going to grapple him.
Yes.
That'll be a strength plus brawl against him to grapple him.
Okay, so brawl and strength.
And you need to beat 1. You need to get these 2 successes to grapple him.
No modifiers, right?
No modifiers.
All right.
Wow, you guys are doing just by the skin of your teeth with these grapples here.
Yeah.
But you got him grappled though. As
Right.
Gazer wanted him, you have him down to grapple. So next round you'll be able to do things to him.
Okay.
Guys, what the hell?
Sure.
You're all grappling everyone, and I'm stuck with the big guy. And
The
I
guns
can't
are
grapple
worthless. You can have
Grapple him.
Fucking do it, you pussy.
Come on, Joe.
Yeah.
Also, you have a discipline, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool disciplines, I hear.
Parlay with the big guy.
Yeah, I'll cut him a deal. That's what we'll do.
All right, Joe, your action. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna buy off the big guy.
All right, so you're going to try to buy him off. How?
No, I'm joking. Let's look at my abilities.
You see, this is
Buy him
vampire.
off!
Though. That is a legit strategy. I had a guy in Vampire game, kid you not, playing basically Lex Luthor the vampire. Got into combat and literally just started to be like, hey, this isn't worth either of our time. Here, take this and leave me alone. And the guy's like, oh, okay, and left. Just every single time.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could try mesmerize on him.
You could.
100% you can try it.
Look, I know we all run games. We all know the GM speak of you probably can't do that, but I'll let you try it.
I have faith.
I'm gonna try mesmerize.
All right.
That is.
What are the opposed rolls for that?
So it's my manipulation plus dominate versus his intelligence plus resolve.
Okay, then. Hey, you got 2 successes.
All right, he rolled 4 dice. Awesome. I get to roll. I'm looking at the wrong thing, I believe.
But he will willpower and blood surge this, though.
Fuck you, asshole. How dare you re-roll shit.
That puts him up to 3 now.
Oh, no, that's not what I want. Where is it at? Oh, there it is.
Let's say 3 versus 0. This is not just 9. All right, he is currently beating you.
I'm gonna willpower this shit. I'm not letting this peon beat me in a mesmerize. right, slash. Alrighty, so I'm re-rolling the
Just-
4 failed dice, I take it?
Yeah, so just do dash R4010. That's probably the easiest way to do it.
So what does the willpower do again? Remind us again.
It lets you you get to re-roll any dice you want other than hunger dice.
And you lose or you fill in a willpower box from that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Got it.
And if you're completely out of willpower, you cannot do anything at all, even defensive actions. So that brings you up. Sorry, go ahead.
Are there other ways to lose willpower then, or it's always in your
Yeah.
control?
Other people, there's some mental abilities that can actually damage your willpower.
Okay.
Willpower is kind of like your mental health in a way.
Got it.
So you are now beating him by 1, Joe. What is the effect of mesmerism? Remind you real quickly.
Okay, so mesmerize is the vampire can issue complex commands to a victim as long as they have the subject's gaze relative quiet and relative quiet in which to issue instructions. So basically, they have to see me and they have to be able to hear my instructions.
All right. He is going to do a second willpower to reroll 2 dice that he messed up on to try and get ahead of you again.
I mean, I got willpower to spare. I will do this all night if I have to.
Well, not to question. I thought you could only once per.
Oh, that's right. You
thing.
can only do that once per thing, yes. But
fuck you, Biggie. I win.
That being said, though, he will burn a permanent dot of willpower to ignore the command that you give him.
There is that, yeah.
So he forever loses 1 willpower to ignore me.
Yes, but he does get to ignore your dominate commands for the rest of the fight, though.
For the rest of the night? Shit.
Yeah. The rest of the scene, rather.
Okay. I am going...
Which, for our purposes, is the rest of the night.
Right. Shit. I'm gonna hide behind cover again.
But you made him burn through 1 willpower used and 1 permanent willpower spent, so that is a thing.
There you go, guys. He can't re-roll. Like, he has 2 less re-rolls now, so there's that.
Excellent.
All right. Now we're going to go to the 2 grappled people's turns as they both are going to try to... So here's the fun thing with being in a grapple, guys, just so you know. When you grapple someone, you are also then considered grappled by them. So, first off, the girl is going to try to bite Sven. So, Sven, you're going to need to make me a athletics plus dexterity check to try to avoid her biting you. And you do have a -1 penalty modifier to this.
Oh, I'm just gonna roll my dex then.
And she got 3 successes.
Oh well.
You can roll your strength. Just, like, response headbutt rather than dodge.
I mean,
All right. You take 2 points of aggravated damage as she bites you.
okay.
You want me to have you record that?
That's the actual health, correct?
Yeah. So you go like dunt, dunt,
Yep.
and then dunt. And oops. Like that.
Okay.
There you go. Sven's getting a bit beat up.
Yeah, Sven, you might want to try a healing check once you get a moment.
I don't heal.
Fancy Pants is going to try to bite Gazer. So Gazer,
Oh,
you
good.
need to make me...
Gazer's wearing a ballistic ascot. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier.
Oh, I see how it is. Unfortunately, vampire fangs are actually able to pierce concrete technically in this floor, so...
Well, that's unfortunate for Gazer.
It's the titanium weave ascot.
Yes.
All right,
All
so what
right.
Gazer needs to do is make me athletics plus dexterity -1.
Athletics plus dex. And then what do I do? Just a -1 for a -1?
I think so. For the modifiers, is there an option to do a negative modifier?
I just fill it in, so I'll try
Yeah.
minus, see what happens.
That should
Okay.
work.
Does that look like it?
All
worked?
right, 2 successes. So as the Fancy Pants tries to bite Gazer, Gazer kind of wiggles a little bit out of the way. You still have your grapple, but he does not manage to bite you. So Gazer avoids the bite attack. Next up, we have Sven's action.
Sven is thinking, how high is the ceiling?
Where you're at, about 25 feet.
Okay.
One thing I want to point out, you can always bite her back.
Yeah, but I could also just slam her into the ceiling, probably kill her.
Oh, jump! Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. I'm just letting you know fangs do a lot of damage. But yes, you can also just jump into the ceiling if you want to.
He wants to anime finish this.
Well, I want to
Very
use what it
cinematic.
is. This
Alright.
would. I want to use my prowess as
Alright.
well.
Can you
So-
impale her on what's left hanging from the chandelier?
You have a decent chance of impaling yourself too if you do that. Just as a heads up.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I'm
no
not
guts,
gonna
no
do
glory, man.
You know what? I will do that.
God.
Just so if we need. Yeah. But I'm gonna use my prowess, so I'll do my rouse check real quick.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
if he doesn't impale himself, we get to do that Topor thing where, you know, hey, this is what unconscious person looks like.
Yep.
Potentially
So-
dying person.
I do get hungry.
Okay. Increase your hunger by one.
Yep. And I add the potence ratings to my unarmed damage when I slam them into the ceiling and whatnot,
All right.
which is 2 extra. So
All right. So when you slam them into the ceiling, first it's going to be strength plus brawl.
I lost them. I'm assuming it's strength plus brawl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strength plus brawl.
And yeah, let's just do the value damage.
All right, is that 2 crits I see there?
That's 1 crit.
No,
1 crit.
1 crit. Yeah.
All right.
So-
So that's. So let me do the math here.
So how can you tell it's a crit looking at the?
If you highlight the numbers, it says what each die. Like, it'll do the entire
Oh,
equation.
Yeah. And gotcha. And the green colors the crit then. Nice.
You can use a willpower to re-roll it to try and get another critical.
I mean, sure.
Just,
All right.
just end the bitch.
Just do the dash R3D10 then.
3d10. Oop.
So that's another one there. Okay. All right. So she's definitely, most certainly going down. Let's see how much she manages to soak of this. She soaked none of it. She will willpower that. Otherwise, she's basically a goner.
Don't forget, I'm doing 2 or extra damage from my own arm
Yeah.
with prowess. Yeah.
Yeah. So she takes a total of 6 superficial, which knocks her into torpor. So what happens is her body, as you slam her into that thing, her body becomes more corpse-like and just kind of hangs on the spike there. You need to also have Sven make me a dexterity plus athletics to not impale himself by accident. As you successfully impaled Pretty Girl, though.
Do it. There we go.
Oh my.
This is a different roll. Can I willpower that?
Yes, you can willpower this.
Okay.
You can also spend a blood surge, which means you have to make a rouse check, but then you get to add a dice to your dice pool for this.
I mean,
Just make all the rolls. Just like take that big bucket of dice you have in your closet and dump it.
I mean,
That's
actually,
Shadow.
I can't roll. Yeah, it is. I can't re-roll the hunger dices, huh? I guess
may
it
as
would
well
be the.
But you may as well blood surge too, so you can at least get 2 dice for it.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do a rouse. Hopefully, Okay, I succeeded on the rouse, so I'll do 2d10.
Let's say you get the extra D10 regardless, but you might get hungry. But you still got no successes. Unfortunately, this means you take 3 superficial damage as you impale yourself on the same spike. Which I do believe fills up your boxes. and turns one of your superficial into an aggravated. So Sven launches himself up into the air towards one of the spikes while still holding the pretty girl who's biting his neck, and slams her into a spike and slams himself into the spike. They both then turn rather corpse-like and are just kind of hanging there awkwardly from the spike.
So Gazer sees this out of the corner of his eye and says to under his breath, totally worth it.
Josephine says under her breath, fucking idiot.
Very loudly, the last guy to act goes, "Oh, that was the thing," and then turns to you, Josephine. As he lunges at you.
The big guy said that?
Yeah. And he lunges at Joe then, and attempts to do a big old roundhouse kick at Joe. Joe, you need to make me an athletics plus dexterity.
Fucking roundhouse kick, Jesus. Alright, athletics plus dexterity.
You did.
Jesus!
Holy!
Oh my god! I can't beat that.
Oh,
You got this. You got
Yeah,
this.
I got
there's
this.
an ace.
One success! I'm living.
Oh no.
Josephine, right now you'll be taking potentially 8 superficial damage.
Ow!
You make a stamina check to try and soak some of it. You can also spend a willpower to reroll those 2 athletic dice.
I'm gonna spend a willpower to re-roll those athletic dice. Because I need to make sure I can survive this.
Gazer's getting an obfuscate ready.
Son of a bitch.
All right, so now roll your stamina and let's see what happens.
Oh no.
Oh god, please. 3 successes. Come on, give it to me, baby. Oh, this hurts me inside.
You can roll willpower to roll that last one again if you still have willpower.
I mean, might as well just start eating through this shit.
Do it. It's the last little bit, man.
Come on. Fuck!
Oh! 6 superficial damage to Joe.
Ow! Oh shit. That does me. That's doing me in, boys.
All right, Joe is slammed hard into it once and goes through it. You see her legs kind of dangling over the edge of the wall, limp and motionless, and rather corpse-like now.
Oh crap.
We go back to the top of the round. The bomb is starting to spark very aggressively, and the big guy seems concerned by it. Gazer, what are you wishing to do?
Let's see. So there's a bomb that looks like it's going to go off now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, shoot.
Well, there's an idea. You could.
You did.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically dead, but you could try and get the SWAT to, try to make the move to grab their radio, call them in, they get here, and oh look, there's 3 corpses. What's dead is already dead. They're not gonna know anything, and you can just get the fuck out. That's a thought, though. I mean,
So, there's no balcony or anything to this isn't going to be possible. Grab the bomb, slap it against the big guy, and jump out the window with him. That
No,
won't
not
work.
really.
Okay.
No.
Gazer's
Alright.
going out a fucking hero.
Yeah.
Also, you're on the ground floor, too, so even if you manage to get...
Oh, yeah, that's
That'd
right.
be fucking hilarious. You just smashed out the window. Yeah, taking me
Roll
with
onto
me.
the
Just
street.
the
Where
5 inch
all the
drop.
civilians are.
Fair point.
Break the
Okay.
masquerade, but giant explosion killing lots of civilians. It's a great time.
Well, if the cops come down, they still have to deal with 2 guys. Do I have any sense if I've got time to try to feed on this one guy and then go for the radio the next round?
So to feed on someone, you have to first bite them, and then the next round after that you can feed. So you're looking at least 2 more rounds before you get any blood.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Quick question. Is my resilience, that's already factored into my health, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
That's level 1 fortitude, right?
Yeah, that's level 1 fortitude.
Yep, that's I factored in for your health.
Okay, cool.
All right. Can I... there's probably enough time. Can I throw this guy at the big guy and then dive for the radio?
You
Is
can
that
try,
cool?
yes. You
Alright.
have potence, right?
I
Let's see.
have no idea. Oh, yeah, I've got a potence. What does that mean?
So,
He actually has 2 potents.
Yeah, so let's go down to what your opponent's powers are. Lethal body and prowess. So you can spend a rouse check to add in your add +2 to all of your strength checks for the round, basically, for this.
I will do that.
All right, so make the rouse check.
Okay. So rouse, right, here we go. So I just click on that. Okay, what does that mean?
That means you do not get hungrier from this. And now you're
Okay.
adding +2 to your strength rolls, basically.
So do I add 2 right now to strength and then pull it off later so it'll do this automatically?
We'll just do it as modifier for this round. So
Okay.
make me a strength plus, I'll say a brawl to throw this guy.
Okay.
And then +2 modifier.
All right, brawl plus strength +2. Did that work?
You got 2 successes
wow.
from that.
It's not a
He
lot.
got 2 successes. He got 3 successes to try and hold on to you through him. So you'll need to do a will reroll if you want to be able to throw him.
Yeah, you
Alright,
got still 5 dice to roll, so I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll do that. So I click one of the will boxes.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Yes.
that blocks it out completely, right?
Click
Okay.
it again, so it'll be a slash.
Yeah.
Slash.
Got it. Okay. And what am I am I doing a re-roll now or how's
Yeah. What you'll do is just do dash. So like the sideways slash, R space, then do 5d10.
5d10. See if that works. Slash R 5d10. Unrecognized command. All right,
Or-
let me do it the other way. Yeah.
You can also
Alright.
just click the dice, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do. So 5d10. Okay.
2
Oh,
tests!
shit!
All right, so that brings us up to a total of 7, 8. 8 successes versus his 3 successes. So that means success of 5. So you absolutely chuck him at the big guy, and they both go pooh as the big guy did not see it coming, and they're both knocked prone for this round. All right, so you have a moment to die for the radio if you want.
All right, and I turn it on and I just say, "Bomb is in the lobby. Bomb is in the lobby."
All right, the guys are getting up now. What are you doing? As we're switching into non-rounds now.
The other guys are getting up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. If I grapple them, then I have to go around to bite them. I try and shoot them as they're leaving. I guess they're gonna try
They're-
leaving. Oh no! What?
that's-
Oh, before the other guys come down.
Right now, honestly, one of the best bets will be to try to get the fudge out of there because that bomb is starting to look like it's going to blow any second now.
Okay. Do I have time to grab my colleagues' corpses?
Problem is Joe's corpse is right next to the 2 guys now, so you'd have to fight your way through them.
And
It's
Sven
more-
is
and
impaled.
so it's on the ceiling, 20 feet up in the air.
Hey, would my weight slowly but surely drag me down? I don't know,
You are
would it last that
slowly-
long?
Yeah, you're slowly going sliding down. You haven't fallen yet. Like in another minute or 2, you're just going to go whoop onto the floor. But you're not there yet.
So I don't. All right. So I can't get any of them, huh?
Just
No.
worry about yourself. If the cops make it in time, we're gonna be in some sort of like body bag, so you can at least rescue us then.
All right. So I think to myself, what would Joe and Sven do? And I think, oh, they'd say, "Fuck that guy." So I take off.
No. Sven would say, I'm going to jump on that ceiling.
Yeah.
Dude, it works. It's worked every time.
Alright,
What do you
and
want?
I salute Sven on my way out, saying, "You were still totally worth it, dude."
All right. You get around the corner when all of a sudden you hear a boom from behind you and fire comes engulfing around you. You'll take 3 aggravate from this, but you're far enough away that that's all you take from it. So the bomb did not go off to its extent, but did go off enough that everyone in that room, though, is dead now.
Oops.
Gazer survives, majorly singed and burned. To report to the Baron why his hotel is now on fire after having a bomb report and why 3 of his people are dead. Or 2 of his people are dead, sorry. And that is where we're going to wrap it today, guys.
Oof.
All
Yep.
right.
Man, it's fucking brutal.
Perfect ending. 10 out of 10.
Sven and Josephine will be back next episode. It'll be fine. It's just like a sitcom. Everything resets.
So
Oh,
I
yeah.
have to break. Do I have to break into a morgue next time to get my colleagues?
I know
That's the next one
truthfully-
shot. Everyone
Yeah.
who wasn't here now needs to just jump in to break us out of a morgue.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you all had fun. This was a blast. Anything we
Yeah,
need to
that
do
was good.
before we wrap up here, Jordan?
Yeah, just yeah, that's pretty much all we have for it. So thank you guys for playing, and thank everyone else for watching. And I guess that's pretty much about it. So we'll end the video here.